Shalom, 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 shalom. Peace and greetings. This is part two of what we were doing earlier. How many find Jesus, y'all? This is the book of Job. I don't know where Jesus is at, but I'll wait. I see there's some folks who got a headache. Let's see who got a headache. I told you that guillotine is real. We're gonna hang out with this. Let some people come in. We're gonna wait and see if we can get one person. That's all we need is one. That's all we need is one or two. And you can slide in on the low if you want. But just know, Facebook, all the angels and demons, death, the Most High, me, you, everybody watching. Everybody watching. They watching you act like you ain't watching. I'm going to tell you why my heart hurt right now. What the spirits told me. And it really hurts real bad. Not cause what they plotted to do. You know what I mean? Not cause of what they plotted to do. I don't know, maybe somebody told them. I don't know. I don't know how they got the beeline on reparations in different states or something. I don't know. They had somebody in government. Maybe they had some children in the armed forces and da-da-da. And because the dope man or the banker or something said, "Oh yeah, that person's gonna guarantee to get this and this and that." Sure, you could borrow 100,000 towards that 2-3 million. I don't care. Put it in contract that when the state of California do this or that, Las Vegas, you know. But something happened that everybody had to leave Vegas, Jersey, Florida. All your luxury resorts and all your fancy cars all got flat tires and dirty white towels now. And how I know, because you're calling me more than I'd like for you to call me. What's up, kinfolk? It's your birthday. They calling me more than what they normally call me, Dave. So let me give you a quick history lesson with me and you, Pittsburgh. Alright? We're not talking about everybody. We're just talking about, you know who the fuck you is. From day one to day none to day I'm gone. You've always envied me. You've always fought me. You always one of my hoes and my dope fiends. You one of my cars, clothes, hustle, the color of my skin, tongue, my tip of my nuts. Even your animals stop fucking with you to fuck with me. And I know you're upset. Like, why do everything fuck with him and not fuck with me? You just answered your own question right there. So, but now as the beast, you bitch ass nigga, and you bitch ass bitch. Money hungry, got my own restaurant downtown, gonna have me a diamond company. You broke motherfucker. They said you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. And the black man and the black woman keep trying to play housewife in the palace and in the kingdom. Your own slang tell you a hoe cannot be turned into a housewife. And we keep telling you, you are whores for Jesus, Satan, and every other religion on the planet, and every other nation on the planet with your mouth wide open, dancing and buck shit, and signing and co-signing for every fucking thing except for the truth. So this is what it's talking about too. When you hear the word beast, it's talking about the black man and the white man. The new man on the planet, the great alien. You are the alien, you're going to be removed off the planet. You're going to guillotines. You're going to jail. You're going to run all them cars and shit because monkeys cannot drive cars. Monkeys cannot have driver's license. Monkeys cannot have jobs. Monkeys should not breed with men or women. Now, so this is what scriptures say in Job, Bible. But now as the beast, as the black man and white man, and they will teach you. See? But now as the beast, black man and white man, and the beast will fucking teach you, nigga. The dog, the cat, the rat, the crow that took that dove that was supposed to bring peace in the Catholic Church and in America, and Jews and Islam. That Catholic Church, that the road that leads to Rome, it says all roads lead to Rome, will teach you that you hate God. So let it tell you. But now, black man and white man, black woman and white woman, you gray motherfuckers, you new humans. Because you know gray means everything's mixed in the bitch. So, you colorful niggas. But now, as the beast, you gray aliens, and they will teach you. So the beast know its nature, and he'll teach you about its nature if you want to be an animal. So, that's coming. And the birds of the ear will teach you. I just showed you the crow attacking and the seagull attacking the white pigeon that told you in your Bible that was this pigeon that told Jesus he was God and I was his son. So the crow attacked that. So they taught you that Jesus is fake. So you want to believe those two witnesses. And they will tell you, then it says this, or you can speak to Mother Earth. How much blood is shed on the earth through Jesus and Muhammad and everybody else? And you, your own neighborhood, black man and black woman. And the blood on earth will tell you. And it will teach you. But you ignored that. So that's beasts, birds, and Mother Earth. You ignored it. Next one. And it will teach you. Now here's another one. None, allegorical wise, none, or Joseph, the fish of the sea, of what? The people, the holy people. That's why you get Vatican, the Holy See. So the fish of the sea, or literally Salmon or Solomon of the sea, who swims up to God's temple, up to the holy mountain, who swims up in the spirit and walks up in the flesh and prostrate and lay his heart or his eggs or his fruits before the God so he can fertilize to what? Breed, right? But in this case, this fish will explain to you how. Who among all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? The beast, the bird, earth, and the fish know this shit, but you niggas don't. But I'm the crackhead, I'm the fool, I'm the broke, I'm the poor nigga, I'm the this, and that. But you're guilty of this. You're guilty of this, man. Because in Job it says all the sons of God came to the courtroom and had a dialogue, and they all agree. In whose hands is the life of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Whose hands? In whose hand is the life of every living fucking thing, man? Put them scholarships, hats, all that. Hey, Dave, tell them to drop that shit and back up slowly. Tell them to leave all their icons, idols. Tell them to take all that jewelry off. Take that sticky asshole. Hey, Dave, tell them to take the sticky assholes with them. We don't let them hoes. Take them with you. Take all that shit with you. We don't need that shit. We just want all the precious metals, the crystals and the diamonds and all that shit. Run that shit in. We want your gold statues, all that, because we're going to crush it like Moses and us did. And we're going to crush all that shit. And we're going to use it to praise the Most High. So thank you for letting us be the example of crushing icons and idols that plague the hearts of man and the earth and the birds and the beasts. This shit that plagued the whole fucking thing. But everybody want to be God. I'm a black God. I'm a white God. I'm a goddess. Fat bitch, a goddess. God damn. Skinny bitch, a goddess. Fat nigga, a goddess. Big head. Everybody want to. Well, guess what? You're in trouble. The door has been closed and judgment is coming for a lot of you. Let's prove that. We got the crow taking down the whoop-wop, right? The birds are telling you that Jesus the Jew is coming down. The crow told you Jesus the Jew is going to do what? Jesus the Jew. You see the Jew star? Let's see who has that. Let's see who hates God before we get into this. Before we get into this, watch this. What black Hebrews have the Star of David? Watch. Extremists. Look at this shit. That's why we ain't black. We Hebrew Muslims. We're not extreme with this shit. See how we got to separate ourselves from what? This Native American shit. No, nigga. Hey, federal government, they on their own. They hate God. We're going to prove it to you. Black Hebrews. See, so basically, you get the black. Hold on. Let's keep this. Let's keep it 100. You got black. And you get Israelites. So let's fix this. Let's fix this out. I'm going to change it to black Israelites. Because we're not going to put our name in there. I-S-R-E. No. A-E-L. What? I ain't got my glasses on. No, it's not an excuse because a lot of times I don't want to put my glasses on. You know what I mean? I don't. I ain't going to lie. But this ain't gonna lie either. Uh-oh. What black Israel have the Star of David? Would it black wrestles with God? A black man is raw God in Egypt? Let's find out before we go there. Do black America worship Ra? Hold on, I see Library of Congress. Hold on. Worship rock. Your rock music is gospel, and Jesus is your father, rock church. So, we understand that. What is black worship called? Negro spirituals, right? Black gospel music. The religion is dead Godspell music. Watch. Ritual worship. What is your roots? Right? What are your spiritual roots? In the black Israel Star of David. And we want to know black American Ra. Not rat. Let's see. Are you guilty? Let's see. Black theology. Empowerment of who? Africans. We want to know who they worship. The image of God. Black theology. Race. Empowerment. So you're in racial empowerment in Africa as an African community. Alright, so you want to invade somebody's land with this black shit. Georgia State says, okay, cool, no problem. What do you niggas want to do? Well, we want to create racism. And we want to go to the Church of Lincoln, the Circle of Lincoln, as in Lincoln Avenue. We want to have a black church and a black community. 1974, page 155. Well, let's get this bigger. So we want to make sure. Because when we talk to Jabari, we want to make sure when he uses his scholarship, we'll find the common scholarship that we don't have to sit here and argue about what they call receipts. So I'm going to give you receipts that got receipts. And then you'll have so many receipts. It'll be a book of receipts. By the time you find one receipt, you'll have so many receipts, you'll just burn all your books and teach yourself off of receipts. Okay? Let's try that. Who learns off of receipts? Right now, let's get some receipts. So in their own words, in the original language, commenting on the role of the Latin church circle, the church is the rock of Peter. Peter means rock or father. Father who? Abraham Lincoln, who freed the slaves and explained to them what? To understand the power of the black circle, or the black masons, or the goat, the kids. It must first be understood that there is no disjunction between the black church and the black community. The circle and community are two different objects of science. Abraham Lincoln and the church, the Abraham, or your animal, who crushed your brain and your heart and programmed you with the poison of TV like Jerry Springer to what? Kill your black community or your black conscience. When? 1974. While many social scientific views of religion in modern society assume a posture, as in prostrate, of completely differentiations. A view of complete differentiation which applied to the black church. And it confuses the historical uniqueness of that institution and leads to a misinterpretation of data and to misunderstanding of the black churches and who? Hold up. Let's not go any further. The churches and the culture. Lincoln and Mamiya. Resources, Georgia State. Hey, Blackfoot. That's why they had to use black African American, because they had to keep the magic in there. For Blackfoot, Black Crows, London. It's in the words, isn't it? So, I can't give you holy meanings while you still using unholy phrases. Christ is positively related to the desire for racial autonomy, but does not enhance racial solidarity. Christ, shit. Let's see if I can record this. Look, let's read it right here. Make it nice and big for you. Make it like nice and big for you in the good old state of Georgia, where dumbass Herschel Walker ran, and y'all voted for these niggas, man. Y'all got to do better than this, man. But that's why we here. Now, what did he say? That's what he says. Black liberation. Get citation, fuck it. Alright, go to citation. Alright. Give them their props. That's a citation. Review of liberation, religion, and black theology. Who started that? Who started black theology? I'm done. That's the rap. But here's what black theology is. Let's see. Georgia State University tells you, this is Masons, Farrakhan. Hey, is it a coincidence that Khan and Palestine got busted? The same Khan and Farrakhan, who same Farrakhan with the Palestine and Muammar Gaddafi's dead, but we ain't got that $5 million that Farrakhan got. Did Farrakhan get his reparations first? And it took everybody else's reparations under the Nation of Islam? Mordecai's Temple? That's fucked up. This is how they did it. Black liberation. That's why California is talked about and not no other states. That's fucked up. Talking about a diamond in the rough. Black liberation theology often involves holding a black image of what? Jesus Christ. This study examines whether or not this particular aspect of black liberation theology is related to a racial empowerment. So you've been programmed. You've been cybercotted. They kept Greek for them and put a Cyprus brain on you. So you're empty-minded. Your brain is dumb. You got no brain. You're too broke to vote. Data from 1993, National Black Politics Study demonstrates that holding a black image of Christ is positively related to a desire of racial autonomy, but does not enhance. It does not enhance solidarity, especially in a racial fashion. So anything that is in black race and theology don't work. I told you that. Voting behavior or belief that churches should be involved in politics, period. The study shows that only 30% of residents had a black image of Christ and highlights the need for examination of cultural variations within established religions. So now they need a black Jesus. Who's black Jesus? Black Hebrew Israelites. You see this? Black Jesus. Black Jesus and Sinetta will come to get you. You're all Masons and demons and devils. Shut that shit down. Star of David goes first. Now, Star of David is what? A Jewish star, so we know Jesus is fake Jewish star. Megan David. David had Levi star. Yiddish, boom. Proof. So, this is for the Jewish identity. See them? They're telling you this is the Jewish identity. Whether they black or white, green, orange, that's their shit. And we have pictures that what? The crow took it down. Look. Let me help you out. A cat. He sees you niggas. God sent a cat to destroy the black man and the black woman. A fucking cat. I got a brain, so you know what I'm here to do, right? So you know what I'm here to do? You know what I'm here to do? If a cat can do this, that's one part. That's the male Jew. Make him naked. Let's get his skirt. Let's get his skirt too. Hold on. Help him out. Let's help him out. Look what he do. Look what he do. Kabbalists. Islam. All the same shit. Look what he do. He goes sits on your flag. Godfrey. Jesus. All of you who stole my name, tried to kill me to get $5 million or reparations or whatever. Wow. I didn't even want the money. I wasn't even thinking about that shit. But this is what you get. See? We're going to go under your skirt. We're going to go in your bank account. We're going to go under your house and take it up to God and put it before the sun and watch you burn in hell. Today is your death day. And this is my birthday. Your downfall is my birthday now. Thank you, Father. Thank you, saints. And all those who are going to watch me from day one. Thank you. I got it. And I'm not glad to take that money and build something with it. Because I'm already happy without it. I can't get no happier than I'm going through right now. I'm having fun with you guys. And exposing this. So a cat came here and did this to you guys. To your whole operation. And took the other side down. Look what he do, y'all. Boom! Gone. I'm out. Do we get 3 more witnesses? I'm out. Do we get 2 more witnesses? I'm out. Did we get your monkey shit? I'm out. Did we get Navajo mean Wawa? Oops. When the speaker's talking, he does what? When I'm talking, do what? Express. What they say? Donkey shay. Oh, donkey shay. Jesus rode on a donkey shay. He rode on the expression, the ineffable word of the Most High. And as he walked past the city streets of cyber networks, and they said, is that him? They said, oops, I did it again. When he was talking. And they got disappointed and surprised. Wah, wah. You get the Charlie Brown look. Wah, 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 wah. Hey, D. They got the Charlie Brown saying, wah, 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 wah. Little pig pen. You pork eater. Now my Farrakhan voice. African body, Africa, Zulu. What did it say? Ronald Savage describes his experience as a teenager in the Bronx Zoo. Right? Watch this. The Bronx Zoo, who did what? Did a molestation. And who went to the saving? Good old Farrakhan. And Farrakhan and African Bambaataa, Zulu Nation, Africa, witchcraft, decided to stick their penis between his hip hop. Fucked up, alright? Then we got Noble Draw Lee with a crystal ball. Then we get Jesus, the sinner's prayer, right? Listen to this shit now. Now, y'all called on Jesus. You know that you're a sinner, but you called on Jesus, made it worse. Then you ask Jesus, not the Most High, for forgiveness. That's 2 strikes. Then you believe in Jesus died. That's 4 strikes. And you acknowledge your sin, so that's a cat on your soul. Now you're saying that Jesus rose from the dead. Now you're watching it on real thick. God is so done with you. Then you go. Then after God leaves you, after you leave God's face, you got dejected. You turn to us and say, "I've turned from my sins. I'm no longer gay. I don't like men's no more." And so I've turned from my sins, and I invite you niggas to do the same thing and come into my heart and life and tell Jesus we sinners together. Fuck you by yourself. I ain't coming. And I want to trust you guys to follow me and go to the altar of Jesus Christ, y'all Lord and Savior, not the Most High, who the beasts, the herbs, the birds, the fish, and the earth, all this was teaching you. Jesus been 2,000 years ain't taught you shit. And you still saying he's your Lord and Savior. So that's zoo logic, right? And here in this story, if I can make it bigger, Yo Sirach, that's the book, and what you call it. And if you read this book, Ben Sirach or Yo Sirach or Yo God, the speaker or voice of God or representation of God, said this: I forbade them not their kinship, but did forbade what? The rule of blood. Yasser or Sirach bin Sirach of prophet Jeremiah in another form said what? Do not join your fathers or the blood. Do not fuck the blood up, because it's the rule of what? The life that's in the blood. So you said fuck that because you want Jesus. And so now you got shit like this. And you're government trafficking children, and you get this redhead demon. You see it in her face? Look. You see it in her face. Look at the demon. She's pissed off that now she can't eat what? It's written all over your face. You ain't got to say a word. It's written all over your face. Well, well. You ain't got to say a word now. You ain't got to say a word. Written all over your face. You flying a monkey. You see why we get zoologic? Now you're a narcissist. You're dead, man. You've told all life you're dead. And I, for one, came to die with you. And even in death, you had no love, man. Here's the proof. We're going to fast forward. We ain't going backwards no more after this. Here is the citations. Here is the scholarship behind it. Elizabeth Freese is a visiting research fellow at the Center of the Study of American Religion at Princeton. I know just as much as Princeton do. But y'all don't listen. And she deposited her information 94, 95. The day I died. The day I spiritually got my shit is the day she published that. True story. Tomorrow will be the anniversary of the day the Most High resurrected my body and soul. I've been resurrected from 1995 to this very day. Facts. Hey, Homewood, Wilkinsburg, isn't it called Wood Street? When I was leaving Homewood, where I was supposed to die on a wooden beam or a wooden cross. Or you wish I wouldn't talk so much. See, I even met a sister named, the last name was Woods. I love the Wood family, but I hope y'all are okay, Wood family. I already knew that. But nobody wants to listen. But I'm out. I'm going my way. I did my part. I followed the steps to the very last dot. You follow something else. And I don't hate you, but I wish you stop doing what you've been doing. But since you wouldn't, you keep doing it, calling me, watching me for no reason. And for some reason, y'all just like watching me suffer. Y'all like watching me go up and down like I'm your fucking entertainment. And I'm thinking, if I was outside watching you watch somebody else, you'd be the first roach I'd crush and feed to the bearded dragons. She would like to thank Matthew Dennis, Carson Kupperman, David D. Hall, Robert Middlecoff, Michael McGifford, John Merlin, Carla Pestana, Richard Godbeer, Stephen Aaron, Anita Tyen, John Thabo, Cornelia, Dayton James of Cooper, and they are reviewers at the Journal of American History, and American history is part of Egyptian history too. And so we can go further. Scholars have studied an Puritan conception of the soul, but none has commented on the gender distinctions, as we have. But since we're working together to inform people, for example, Sergeant Bush, or is it George Bush, the writings of Thomas Hooker, prostitute, Spiritual Adventure in Two Worlds, The New Man and the Original Man. In 1980, when the crack came, Charles Lloyd and Cohen, God's Caress, The Psychology of the Person's Religious Experience. Remember, this is in what book? What book is this in, y'all? This is The Devil and the Body in the shape of what? I forget the title. The subject fit for the devil to work upon. See, Carol F. Carlson, the devil in the shape of something. Triology, the typology of the female as a model for regenerate, for the regenerate. Typology of the female. What's that? What is typology of the female? Huh? You see the typology of the female? The triangle down and the triangle up is the typology of the male and female who put you in a sigil. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12. They got you in some type of semicircle time zone. And at these points, they put energy cubes or crystals. And in the center, they place your carbonated death crystal. That's how the Seal of Solomon, purposed by Muslims, Kabbalists, Jews. See, Prague. Where's Prague? I showed you that. Blue people, Asiatic. Who is the blue people? Bohemian. Who is Bohemian? Russia. Who is Russia? Prague. What is Prague? Prometheus. Who is Prometheus? Devil in the red dress. The Catholic synagogue of Satan. I got the book called Nicolation. I'll read some of that to you later on, after this. So we know the Stair of David, the Magen David, the Shield of David, is a new concept. And the religion dates to the 17th century in Prague. There's the picture, there's the receipt. So now we can get rid of Star of David in our Hebrew Muslim culture. And all this other shit. And the Kaaba. Because it's esoteric of what? Mekubal. Means what? Tubal. That's another name for Mikubal. That's another name for Tubal King or Baal. The first father of disobedience. That's all Tubal means. So Makubal or Kabbalah means to go against Yallah, or to kill, or to take away the spirit of Abba. Abba, Kabbalah. Ka, or Ka, K. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K is the 11th letter in the alphabet. Let me write this down so I can make sure I got it right. Let's get into it. Hold on. Let me try something new. Let's just try it. What number is the letter K? See? So who runs the 12 tribes of Israel? The Kabbalah. See, the Kabbalah is the star. Alright? This is the sigil of the star under this seal called Solomon. The soul man. This is the star to kill the soul man. Why? Because the K is the 11th letter. Right? So you have to take the priest out and put the seal of the soul man or the solar plex. The animal nature. Right? Have him submit to the 11th chakra of his solar plex and give him a father figure as a what? You. Because you have to take the Y out of Jew, and this is what you get. UA. Watch this. UA. Or Yua. Check it out. You never knew these words existed. You would have never known these words existed. Jew source. Look, this literally means sores, man. This motherfucker was a sore, bro. A black separatist. Sor, the son of Soros. Watch. I'll bet. Watch. You wood. Let's see what you wood is. The cursed wood called pine. See? You, a good wood for furniture, you timber poisonous. Is you timber poisonous? The toxin you is due to preserved alkaloids known as taxine being subject to be one of the most poisonous. Oh my God, the unholy tree is the Jew. Jesus died on a yew tree. Hey Dave, we got him. We got him. Glory, glory, glory. Homewood gotta be burnt because all your trees is burnt, is being built with cursed wood. That's why Homewood's fucked up. That's why the houses is fucked up, Homewood. I gotta call somebody. I got you. Shiloh, here we come. I gotta call somebody, man. I got you. I got you. Come on, man. Y'all won't talk to me, man. Fuck that. Man, fuck. I got big guys pop up to the spirits. It's all collapsed now. It's over. It's over. We found it. We found the trail of wood. We found the poison of it. That's why you gotta pay. Oh, guess what? We found the curse that's fucking our Homewood up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares?
The motherfucker that brought that pine trees to our city. It's called yew wood. Like Jew. Check it out. Jesus is the Jew, right? They say that. We're talking about their words. No, we're talking about what they say before we was born. They said this shit in 1700s, right? When they came to America, they brought this Jew wood with them. Check this out. You take the J and put a Y on there, it's called U, Y-E-W. So they took this poisonous wood and called you a black Jew. And we bought that shit and put a fake God on this Jew wood. Jesus Christ the Jew, who died for my sins, who died for me, and I give my whole life and soul, my money, all my energy to this Jew who died on some wood. And they said wood is a curse. Why would wood be cursed? It's a fucking tree. Why? God is stupid. No, he's not. He put it in the story. Look. Jesus was a magician. He had a piece of yew wood that was poisonous. It says now, if you take the J and use the letter Y, that's why they said don't put Y in the vowel because God will open up their hearts and they will tell the truth. So you won't find the letter Y and W in the English language as far as vowel sound. You will never get it. You would never get it. You would never get it. Nobody would never get it. So now, when you spell it out, Y-E-W is called a timber, a poisonous timber. Hear what it says. Yew wood, like Homewood, Wood Street. Jesus died on cursed wood. People being hung on what? Wooden trees. Down south, always hung on wood. We've been cooked on wood. We've been barbecued on wood. We didn't picnic shit on this particular wood. This is what we've been doing all this time. The toxicity of yew leaves is due to the presence of alkaloids. Hold on. Known as toxins. Now, when do we pay taxes, right? Oh, it all ties in. Talking about bringing heaven to earth and just watching it. Oh man, I'm sick. Man, I'm afraid I'm gonna throw it. I'm afraid my whole inner side is gonna come out. Look,
Right.
real. I'm so sick, man. It's. If I'm feeling this, I can imagine the Most High. This shit is horrible. It's about to come. Okay, so it's now the alkaloids known as toxins, TAXINES, of which the toxin B is suspected as being one of the most poisonous. So if anybody knows about these alkaloids, why this alkaloid thing has been a major boom. And what nigga know about this alkaloid B? But change the compound in it because he's in California in chemical class right now. Chemical compound. Jerry Springer turns into a poison or a germ. So it's a black, white, green. I mean, if you ain't get the spirit, they shouldn't even talk. Real shit. It's all false information. If they ain't not in the spirit, Musha, they should not talk, bro. It's instant liar. Give them a warning, and then if they keep doing it, their life is in their own hands. Even if we got to chop their head off ourselves and feed it to the white man. For a bowl of oodles and noodles. And that's for our parents. Toxins are also known to be, check this out. Oh, that shit's sickening. Present in the bark. Is bark not dark? Sometimes white, gray and shit, yeah. And seeds of the Jew. Of the Jew. If you put a J on there and put Jesus on there, the dark or the bark seeds of the Jew or the bark or the dog ass nigga that's in church. Who got long fingernails, big booty, long chains, who is still in slavery being treated like dogs, cats, and animals, aka the Brooklyn Zoo in New York. The biggest zoo in the world that housed the first man and the first monkey in the cage. In New York, called New Amsterdam at the time. But now hip hop, that KRS-One, who killed Scott LaRock, because it sounds like it. Scott LaRock, Space War. Scotty, beat me up. Well, KRS, Mr. Come to the Teacher, yo, let's bum rush the show. EP, what's they call that? Fear of a Black Planet. You fucking right, we're scared of a black planet. It was right in our face. And they brought Jesus under the word Jew and used all these Jews in hip hop to sell our souls to those contracts that now the souls are so deep in contracts you can't even buy them out. Jesus don't even take contracts no more. Robert Morris said he fed up with fake monopoly money. Carnegie Mellon said we collapsed bank and went hit corridor 61. We out. We on the ground watching TV, niggas. Fuck y'all. You figure this shit out. Between you and God, y'all figure it out. We out. And we all living on ignorance. How we know? But are absent from the fleshly red Orioles, whatever the fucking Oriole is. And knowing me, what is that Oriole? ARILS? We got to find out. We can't keep talking. We got to keep going, right? So we got to find out. Let's go. But this should take us all week. You get to the bottom of this case. Which is Krill? No, that ain't what it's supposed to say. Or, well, that's where we at. We back home. You know what I mean? We home within home. Feels good. I'm so loud in my inner self, I'm getting dizzy. Straight up. The spirit is so loud within me, it's like echoing, thundering and shit. Fuck. Excuse my language, bro.
Right.
I'm serious. It's like super bright, man. It's like, I can't explain it. But it's a servitude, not to say look at me. You know what I mean? Because your head will fall off as soon as you walk out the door. ARILS. 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 What is this? What is meaning? Pomegranate? Hold up. I eat pomegranates, man. Hold up. I got to skip this one. And idiocy is the pod and see the pop. Oh my God, no wonder they don't want us eating pomegranates. I told y'all eat. Remember I told you, Musa, we first met, I said, bro, drink pomegranate juice? Musa, come on, remember? I was telling everybody, drink the pomegranate juice. Because I knew it. They are doing the opposite of the richest fruit surrounds the tiny crisp and dragon fruit and kiwi. Oh, oh my God. Oh man. I was right. We gave out the elders. Oh man, I ain't gotta be scared no more, Musa. Seriously, man, I used to be shook. I'm like, Father, I pray the things I'm repeating is from you and not the devil with my. You ever talk to yourself because you ain't got nobody to talk to, and it come on, you been talking some dumbass shit?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, that ain't good, bro. Hey, bro, that ain't good, is it?
A lot. Talk to myself a lot.
Man, tell me about that, please. How that feel, man? Oh, hey, you're being recorded. You want to chime in? Cause this is gonna be a long ass video, man.
It feels weird, and it just feels weird. So, you know, the dead don't talk to the living, and the living don't talk to the dead. So that is to say that there's a lot of folks that's dealing with dead language, and they're trying to find solutions to the problem of death. And there ain't no solutions in the language of the dead. The dead is the dead.
Hey, Musa.
So what happened was the spell was that, okay, they gave us religion, right? They gave us religion. We believed.
Yeah.
We drove in. Head, hope, line, and sinker.
Just like a fish.
Believed it. They gave us the religion to keep us confused.
Yeah.
Keep us confounded.
Right.
So in our confoundedness, we use what was given to us to try to unconfound us.
Right.
Which makes us confound even more. That's why I don't care. That's why I don't want to do it.
Hey.
To me, that is really crazy fucking shit.
Bro, I'm so excited. So now, Aurelius, let's go backwards. Yahweh, the Jew, it was absent. The Jew is absent from this earth-giving fruit. So you know the fruit. Hey, you know the fruit from the tree. Oh shit! Ah!
Yeah, pomegranate.
It's called an Indian apple.
Yeah, they call it Indian apple.
Right, and you say hey, Yahoo in Swahili too. So Indian apple, absent of the really fresh as will, takes us to Africa all the way to back to the Garden of Eden. I got the path. We got the path now. We're on the way home.
Yeah, that pomegranate, that's a very, very powerful antioxidant. And it kills a lot of toxins. That's why they call it antioxidant.
That's why I call it.
They call it an antioxidant.
Right, I call him Antichrist.
Yeah.
Because it's saying absent.
So that the ones who, they call it the Antichrist because the ones that are deceived, so that the ones that are deceived won't take it.
Exactly. They won't take the fruit. So you know what I'm going to do now then?
It's the same thing with that. It's the, you know, it's psychological warfare is a masterful science. Carter G. Woodson spoke about it in his book, The Miseducation of the Negro. He wrote about that. He said, he summed it up like this. Well, if you control the way a person thinks, and how do we control the way a person thinks? Through their eyes, through their ears, through their feelings, through their taste, through their smell. And they make a decision. If you control the way a person thinks, you don't have to worry about what it's going to do. It's going to do exactly what you want it to do. So that's why we was given the Quran. That's why we were given the King James version of the Bible. That's why we was given the what do they call it? They call it the Kabbalah. We were given those things. I used to always tell people, throw all that shit away and go to the Bhagavad Gita.
Right?
And go to the cleansings from the writings of Baha'i.
Yup.
You'll be closer connected to some kind of spirituality that's closer to truth than the bullshit you read.
Other than the bullshit you read.
Than the bullshit you're reading, than the bullshit that you're believing, than the bullshit that you're breeding.
Wow.
To drive your ass deeper out of your sanity.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
So now we got two languages now. Part A and Part B. Part B is Greek language. I'm looking at because there's something going on here where it says this. I'll put in there the difference between Cypriot and Greek. What's this going on here? So it says it is considered a divergent dialect. Divergent. So I want to look up divergent first. Cause we don't. Even though some of us know what it means, we want to make sure we're on the same page. So we can agree on some shit, right?
Yeah.
Divergent meaning. So the meaning says, Oxford language, divergent. The prefix is gent as in the suffix Gentile, root word Gentile. And you got the word die as in God. And you got ver as in vocabulary. A God talking agent. Let me see if I'm correct. Because this is the esoteric version of what the word die is a word, ver is a word, and gent is a sentence in itself. People don't understand linguistics.
Right.
When you say that you're going to teach the globe or teach a nation, you must understand the root of all things. Lest you get pulled up and uprooted. hey, a lot of people are going to have to be uprooted out them seats that they've been holding on for dear life. I'm sorry. All good things come to an end. You know? I too shall die like your nigga ass. So, let it go, nigga. Well, let's read this.
You know what I remember most is like when I was
Divergent.
Studying to get my doctorate
Divergent.
in theology.
Yeah.
Back in
Divergent.
What was that?
Let the people hear divergent while and wait for you to finish.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
No. Let's see what it said. The bot said divergent. So let's see what the bot say about.
It won't give me it won't tell me. It just says how to pronounce it. So we're saying how they can pronounce it.
Divergent.
Hold on.
Divergent.
Divergent. Divergent.
Yeah,
Divergent.
So
Okay.
the new man of the planet called the Neanderthal. Neanderthal literally means man. I mean new man. Not the original man, which is the man himself. Huh?
I'm lost. Can we stay with divergent? Let's break that down.
Yeah. Well, earlier in the thing, right?
Neanderthal.
Right. Because in this die, it has everything to know that this divergent, we understand where is it coming from? Is it coming from the original man or the new man? Divergent. So we're going to let it speak for itself.
Okay, let's look up the history of the root word
Divergent.
D-E.
Exactly. So right now, what we're doing is going the whole word divergent, meaning tending to be different or develop different directions. So according to this, to keep it simple real quick, we're gonna get into what we brought up. We get into that. I'll be on this thing all day. It don't make me no difference. This is what I do. So it is considered to what? Develop different directions. It's considered to what? Have tendencies to what? Go in different directions. As it differs, it's already different in its motives, and it's subject to be diverse in its differences. That sounds like disagreeing. From a standard modern Greek and various aspects of its lexicon, phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, and even pragmatics. Not only for historical reasons, where I can put all that in and call typology. The word typology, you put all that in the word typology. Bet me. I'll never write a book. I'll never speak again. If typology, you can put all that. You can't put all that in typology. Hey, Princeton, word magicians. You next. Well, you now. I ain't next. We wait for you all year. We'll wait for you. Y'all know my many emails and inboxes. Y'all been looking at me. So, not only for the historical reasons, but also because of geographical what? Golf course. Because golf course is a new word, an old word for geographical isolation. I don't think they knew that, Musa.
Well, again, divergent. So you went to yourself went to the Greek. Okay, let's go. Can we trace the history of D-E when it first started?
Absolutely, I'll go to that right now.
You went to Greek and then you diverged.
Well,
you went to Greek and then you went a different way.
Yeah, because we was already in Greek. What it is we was already in Greek though. We was already taking it out to Greek.
What was before Greek? Or what was after Greek?
What was before Greek was pictures. We got a picture and we named it. We all seen the same. In other words, we all seen this flying creature in the air. One would say bird. One would say a flying feathers. And then when they got together and compared their notes, we'll say, okay, the bird has feathers. And then we'll have a dialogue and we'll teach both of our communities, when you see this picture, this means birds have feathers. And then when we're together, birds of a feather what? Flock together. So that completes the heaven, earth, man connection, family, God. We've seen it done. Case closed. And then we proceed to the next one.
I got a different take on it.
Okay, come on.
I have I. You all seeing I. I.
EYE?
Yeah, I, just I.
Oh.
The
Okay.
physical, the image of the I.
Oh, it's EYE then, right?
No, it's just a picture.
Okay, I got you. I'm with you. I'm with there. I'm with you. We're on the same battleship.
So if you saw the picture of that represents the corresponding image of the human eye, then no matter where you are on the planet Earth, no matter where we are on the planet Earth, we call that Natu, divine language of God. So
Okay.
if I show it to you, and I'm over here in North America, and you're down there in Antarctica, if I show you that picture, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay, now on the opposite side of that, now I don't know none of that shit. I'm not telling you, but like what young Ferry was talking to Jabari on Side Network, they had sort of had the same conversation, and this is what we know. When my eyes that I got, just like every man that's ever been on this planet, fails me, that means it failed you. How I know? Because if I got all the money in the world just like you, I'm going to think like you. And if I smoke all the crack like they did, I'm going to still think like you. So I'm still blind. So you know what I did? I said, I don't want to see like this or like them. I want to see what you saw, because I'm going to sacrifice what I think I should look like and what everybody else think I should look at. So I've seen God himself tell me this thing and how he created the creation. So all that we name this is mute. It means nothing. How we know? Because I'm talking on this phone. I would not be doing this. You know why? Because I didn't ask for this. All I asked for was to stop smoking crack, because I was born to do something better. That's all I asked for. And hold on, finish. And I don't want to be beat anymore. And I'm tired of having to want to kill somebody for what I've earned. So I didn't get it from an eye, a penis, Egypt, no nigga, no nothing on this planet. And so this is why I come with my crown of truth saying, who told you this? Where do you get this from? Because I'm no different than nobody else. I bleed just like everybody else, but for some reason, everybody's a special nigga. But yet, today, our children ain't shit. And it hurts me that I gotta wake up one day hoping I don't have to break one of these motherfuckers' neck. A 7-year-old. How I know? Because a 3-year-old spit on me, and I was gonna rip his motherfucking head off. And his mama.
A 3-year-old?
Yeah! Mother bastard walked up on me and spit on me, man. I was going, oh my God. I almost forgot.
I wonder where it learned that from.
Exactly, his black mother.
Yep.
And his bitch black dad that wasn't around. I'm just saying, that's what we're reading about. This psychosis. This is not personal. You know what I mean, bro? This is not personal. I love you, Musa. I want to say, I love you, man. Good day to you. Peace and greetings. This is brother Musa, my mentor, man, my bro, my buddy, my prophet. You know, Musa as in Musa in the scriptures. Musa and Hosea. We go to the new kingdom, man. We build a new kingdom. I don't know what y'all doing. And they can't come. Just like scriptures. They not coming, Musa. Fuck that.
Yeah. So, back to Divergent.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If I can preface it, you know, for the benefit of the listening audience, you know, if you ever saw a snake and someone came up to you and could not communicate verbally with yourself in the same language, if the individual showed you the image of a snake, then you would know what he was talking about. You would say, yeah, okay, I know that. That's a snake. Oh, you want snake? Or you want fish? So, this language is the foundation upon which the human civilizations are built upon. Because without communicating, you can't do shit together.
You talking with language?
Speaking a different language.
Oh, you mean language?
You can't coordinate we wouldn't be able to coordinate our efforts.
Oh, on the contrary. That ain't true.
That's why we have language.
Oh, guess what? What you we used to do in jail? Straight up, what you we used to do in jail? Cause we couldn't talk, right? We wasn't allowed to talk to each other in the hallways. And everybody in jail know this, right? Well, at least in Allegheny County Jail. That's what we did.
So
We used to window write. We didn't need verbal language. One of us, I'll be in the window, another person we all be in our windows at the same time, because what we kind of looking at the jail. And so we would wave at each other, because when you wave, that's body language. So when you say language, there's no that's hands down body language. Now, if you're saying in divergent meaning, we're talking in a language or lexicon, or as it had brought to the meaning of divergent, to be different, to come with a separation of something in the language. So it's a split language. I'm gonna tell you Ebonics, but really it's monkey talk. And you think you'll get a job using Ebonics and monkey talk, saying, "Hey, I'm a black African American," wondering why you can't get into NASA. unless NASA accepts you at that term, because that term has no power. But body language, you say, you know what? Forget NASA. We're gonna wave at each other. Yo, what you know? Yo, come here. So we ring we window right.
Yeah. Well, even a bird will fly away if you act like you're throwing a stone at it.
I don't have that. I don't have that issue when I'm down. When I'm outside. When I wave at it, they come closer. You see what I'm saying? So it's tomato is the fact that it's an interaction with self. So the diversion would be with self, because if we all of us are the same, but look just two different flowers or plants, then there shouldn't be a divergent issue going on. It goes back to what? We should agree. But let's go back to that die you said, DI. Because that's what it says, DI version D. DI, esoteric meaning. Because that's what it would fall under, esoteric. S-O-T-E-R-I shit. What do that DI esoteric means in Google? And then we can find out what it is. Because divergent, what's the root word in that? I don't know. But it doesn't have. Okay, Cambridge says, oh shit. It went Chinese on me.
That's news. We gotta go back to the Rosetta Stone.
Oh, let's see what he said. Oh, I want a definition. Oh, I know what happened. I typed it in. It misinterpreted what I was typing in. That's my bust. That's not it. That's my bust. Human error. I repeat, human error. Die. The esoteric meaning. Oh, I know what. We'll try this.
Try etymology. Try etymology or etymology. See what they say.
Okay, with DI is short for God, maybe God of Dionysus. Being that we're talking about a Greek word, divergent, a Greek Latin word. I'm thinking die as in Dionysus. It's a Latin language. I'm almost certain it's Latin.
So that's where I was getting at. So, but you said Greek, but so I know Greek used a lot of symbols.
Yes, sir.
Rather than alphabets.
Well, that's when they took out some of the vowels, they made it down to alphabet 1, 2, 3, 4. So like a minority or like a child, instead of alphabet giving you the whole plate, with just 27 letters. The ampersand is the 27th letter of the alphabet. It's only an alphabet because it's A to Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of perfection in language, the perfect language, the complete language of life. But you had already mentioned that. Now how come I can't search the shit? Man, this is some bull crap. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. I'm a little handicapped. I'm a little handicapped.
There is a saying which has some kind of relevance, even though it's kind of like it's in the metaphysical realm. It can be quite confusing, but that's one of the ways that language can be used is to confound. Because if the language is confound, you got 30 people in a room, all of a sudden they start making different noises with their mouth, and don't nobody comprehend what the other one is saying. They'll scat.
Guess what, Musa? I was correct. What "die" means? It means God. God verse, God's verse, or God's version in a gentleman or in a Gentile. Means to separate man from God. Divergent. That's what he come to do.
Is that what the Latin said?
Yup. There you go. I knew it. I don't know how I knew it, but I knew it.
Well, that's what I was questioning, when you said Greek. I was like, well, go to the etymology. Go to the etymology. Let's find out, because there's Greek interpretation for it. There's Latin.
Yeah.
There's German. There's Old English. And what's the other one? That's Dutch. That's it. But that's all basically Eurocentric. That's Eurocentric interpretation. Because the place, Rome, is in what's called Southern Europe. What's called today Southern Europe. And Italy is also considered Southern Europe.
Wow. Hey, Musa. This is wild. They got together and came up with this plan. Listen to this. The Cyprus is Romans, Christian, Greek, Jesus, Cyprus, the pigeon cult, Turkish, Islam. Oh my goodness. They all got together and made these fucked up ass books.
Yeah.
Wow. And look, it created this thing called Jew.
You got it.
Wow. I mean, I knew it, but to actually have it on the screen, I mean, it's in my face. Like, I knew this shit. I never thought in a million years I could prove this without reading a book. Seriously. I got all this from the Sun. I got it written down. How I got it from the Sun, what I went through, like, I got the whole process on actually evolving from. I got it all. Oh, wow. I'm getting lightheaded. I might pass out. If you hear the phone fall, I'm passed out, man.
You know what Neo said? It's all about when Neo was talking to the architect, the builder of this shit, of that shit, the builder of it, the creator of it. When he was talking to the architect, then he asked, essentially he asked, what is this all about? And then the answer came through the monitors, control. So if you control the way I think, you don't have to worry about what I'm going to do, because you're in control. And so people running around, and they have all these different beliefs that transcends common damn sense.
You know what, Musa? Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
Can you answer me honestly, please? I'm shaking in my boots.
Always do.
Well, I'm shaking in my boots.
If I breathe too hard, the boots might fall off.
What does it mean at night, first night, you see 11:44. At dawn, 11:44. At horizon, 11:44. And now, 11:44. Why I keep seeing 11:44 every day, man? Or 1:44. What does that mean? It's like, I see it so much, it's like, well, what is this shit, man?
One man with four corners.
Huh?
One man with four corners.
Y'all playing with me again now.
One man in the box. You ever hear Masons say, you ever hear the Masons, those in the secret society say this? I'm standing on my square. I'm standing on my square.
Yeah, but I ain't swear no oath though, Musha. I ain't promised no nigga nothing.
I know, but when we die, we go into four corners to go in a fucking box. Unless we're burned up.
Oh, so if you burnt up, you ain't gonna make it to that box, huh?
Right. I mean, being cremated is the exception to that rule, the four-corner rule, right? So when you go into court, you have something that's called a four-corner rule. And every table that we use, allegedly, some tables have 3 legs, but most tables got 4 legs. Oh, you play the baseball game, you got 4 bases. You got home base, first, second, and third. So if you don't have, when you go into court, if you don't have, if the other side don't have 4 legs at the table, what's going to happen if you don't have 4 legs at the table?
You definitely gonna collapse, that's for sure.
It's going to fall down.
I ain't good. I'm too crippled to be falling down, man. You crazy?
So the lesson in law, the lesson at law, I should say,
Yes, sir.
they gotta have 4 legs on the table to prosecute you, to have standing. If to have standing, they need 4 legs on the table. And if they don't have 4 legs on the table will collapse, fall down. They have no case. So they can take their 4-cornered suitcase, open it up, and discharge all the bullshit that's inside of it. How may I help you, young man? I'm doing. How are you? What ain't supposed to be there?
Okay. Are you doing that? Mathematics, different directions, separation. So to be divergent in Christ, you go in a different direction. Differing, varying, different, dissimilar, unlike, unavailable. Well, mathematics, increasing indefinitely against God, mathematically. What does it mean to be in a divergent? Tending to move apart in different directions. How many pieces is in your religion? And then y'all argue who got the best book. Divergent. You hate God because you play God. That's the rap. We'll kill that. We'll kill that. So, when you burn a Jew, or when you burn a black man, and you take his seeds and you take his bark out of his mouth and his bitch, they are highly toxic in the street and in the planet and should not be consumed. That means if you see a black man, because they go to bark, and his seeds, there go his bitch and children, his puppies, and his leaves. What? his Jew religion. Because how we know? Jewish people. Star of David, Jewish. They didn't have a J back then, so they had to be what? You. And logic says, Jew, you, wood, Jesus died on the wood, crossed the wood, and hoped to burn in hell. Why? Because he was toxic. He had a magic wand, like Jimmy the Cricket, and he was green, like Osiris. He had a magic wand, like dude with Lord of the Rings and all that, and Alice in Wonderland. So we're done with proving that Jesus, Jew, black Jews, you're done. Why? Because you can't eat pomegranates. You don't like the taste. You like apple juice and bananas. Yeah. Parrot and monkey food. It's okay. I like them too. I do got some. Ooh, ah! I mean, sometimes. It's the one. Ooh, ah! Something that come out once in a while, you know. Residue of the spirit. Gotta shake that shit off, y'all. So you hear pomegranate arylis is known for unique, like you and me, who want to grow in spirit. We are anti-Christ to these oxidants on the planet. You hear the antioxidant? So in heaven, earth, and in health, our very nature existence is an antioxidant to what is what? Calcifying us or hardening our hearts. Literally, I think it's called...
The antioxidants control the free radicals.
Say that again, bro.
The antioxidants are for the things that don't use oxygen to live. Therefore, to destroy the microorganisms that's harmful. They call them free radical. What is a free radical? A free radical is a cell that when functioning in its normal, in its natural order, in its natural state, in its normal state, in balance with everything else within its universe, it gives life. And they call that living with air. They call it aerobic. Living with oxygen. Without air is anti-aerobic. And those are the things that causes a free radical, a good thing, to go bad. And that when it goes bad, it starts destroying shit. It starts to take over. It develops into AIDS. It develops into cancer. All types of cancer. It develops into other symptomologies, lupus, sickle cell, Lou Gehrig's disease, all kinds of stuff, MS, multiple sclerosis. It
Wow.
develops into all kinds of things.
I'm sick.
The body has been taken over by the free radicals, and the free radicals kill.
I got a confirmation for you too. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. But
Oh no. See, this is one thing about clear vision. Clear vision is exactly what it is. If the spirit got you saying something, we shut up and yield. Ain't no, well, let me get mine finished. No, because if yours is spirit, it'll come back when that one's done, because then it'll click on its own and everybody leave out fed and everybody don't feel like being like overran. You know what I mean? Everybody feel respected. So please go on. Come on, because what you're saying, being that this is recorded, this is live, most I get all the glory. We about to get blessed, Musa. Come on, man. This is our thing. This is not Omar thing or who's it? Nah. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. First off, with myself, I got a mirror in front of me, and I got a mirror, and I got all these black mirrors and shit. So I ain't got no room to lie to myself. Straight up, I don't. The first little inkling, it can't even be no bigger than a pinhead. If I get a pinhead inkling, it's about me, the show is over. Straight up. I can sit here and talk a good game like the last 1,000 niggas before me. And I can try to talk a good game before the next 1,000,000 niggas after me. I'm still going to be amongst that number. You a dumb nigga. Straight up. You'll be in history being that same old nigga, just like everybody else. And the rest of my family going to suffer for another 1,000 years. Nope. No. I'm not carrying torches like that. I don't do that. I don't get high. I don't need a big ass light. I don't know.
Right.
I don't need a torch to light my cigarette.
So the little green man is full of life-giving substance called oxygen.
Yeah. But to add to that, oxygen. Here's a new breath. Now, remember you had mentioned Kabbalah?
Yes.
Now, we're going deep sea fishing, real deep sea fishing. You got a computer in front of you? You got a computer or a tablet in front of you?
I'm just chiming in. So go ahead. I got it all in my brain. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. And you know what? I don't doubt that because that's why I talk to you. Straight up, that's why I talk to you. We don't need all that extra shit. All right, now, let me get with it. Now, you said Kabbalah, right?
Yes.
Let me tell you how the spirit works, y'all. Brothers and sisters, my brothers and sisters, Afro-Asiatic brothers and sisters on the whole planet. For some reason, this Terracore people and these voices, not crazy voices, the spirit and intuition and stuff, keeps telling me that there's a Jew, Moorish American, and some other folks are doing some weird ass shit. I've been feeling this shit for years, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm getting too somewhere. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. So they keep telling me about some people doing some fucked up ass shit. What is you talking? Like, I ain't got shit with it. I don't know nothing. I ain't proclaim to be nothing. You know what I mean? I get it how I live. So they brought up Black, Star David, and Zoologic. Now, this video I'm going to play. Because this is going to start, it's half hour, but it's going to be very interesting. Will y'all understand this? Now, when did I make this? This is 6 years ago. Zoologic meets typology. Now, we done went through maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of typology and zoologic to see if this is confirmed. Is it the Most High's will for the people, or am I just some fly-by ignorant ass nigga? Let's find out. So when my brother mentioned Kabbalah, it led me to this nigga practicing Kabbalah, and I talked to him about doing that shit, and I'm watching him playing games with this shit, and I'm hearing him saying how he gonna go around Homewood and practice sodomizing black women, and then say he got body. This Moorish American whose prophet is known for a crystal ball. And that's the truth. I'm not saying anything about the people in the more science. Because I was in there. I have a cousin, L. Coleman Bay, that just silenced his voice and fucked his voice up. Because he told me before last time I seen him, and I was downtown when he couldn't talk. When he was superb in language, motherfucker. That's how I know you're demons. That's experience. This is not about hating. Oh, he hated. No, this is what you done, nigga. This is what your prophet promoted in spirit. And it caused the death of an innocent man. My family, El Coleman Bay up in the Hill District, man, was a wonderful person. He was a walking library, man. He was a little angel on this fucking earth. And that's why my name is Bay on Facebook. I can't take that raggedy shit off. If I could, I would. I'd have been burnt that word Bay and L. Fuck out of here. Don't associate me with that bullshit. I'm sorry, I had a moment, y'all.
Well, it's I always explain it like the first time I planted a seed of corn, when it first sprouted, I didn't know what the fuck it was. But as it grows, like we must do, we evolve. We literally evolve. We grow from a tadpole-looking creature to a frog-looking creature. Big old tadpole, and we, as we grow inside the womb of heaven, our mother's womb, we evolve. We kind of like, we do metamorphosis. Shit. Metamorphosis. And so our consciousness evolves too. So the L's and the Bays, they're not bad people.
Exactly.
They're on a journey.
Exactly.
They're on a journey for growth.
Exactly. Glory be to the Most High Yahweh. Exactly. We love them.
Yeah, so we don't throw them to the mud. We don't throw the Cherokee to the mud.
No.
In the mud. We don't rake them over the hot coals.
At all.
The Native Americans, the indigenous people. We don't do all of that to the children of the sun.
No, we don't. But their leaders, we do. When we know that they knowingly and willingly has capped the growth of our society, claiming to be the pillars of logic. Come on, man.
Well, they're acting like Jim Jones.
That's all I'm saying. We ain't talking about the people.
They're acting like Jim Jones.
Right. We're not talking about the people, because I got to start with myself first. Yes, sir.
We're going to lead you to salvation. We're going to lead you to your death. That's deception. But that's the way the devil collects the souls, if there is such a thing. Collect the souls is get rid of these mothers. Get rid of them. The Kabbalah, it has, I've mentioned those things. I've mentioned the Quran, and I meant both of them, K and Q.
Yeah.
K and Q.
K and Q.
K and Q. I mentioned them. This is Southern Europe. Monotheistic belief. Borrowed. I must say, borrowed monotheistic belief, a belief in one God, and that God being the source of our existence on this planet, which is the sun, by the way. Heliocentric. Where the Earth just travels around the sun. It just keeps going around in a damn circle like it ain't got no sense. That's what it's ordered to do by gravity. And so it stays in order. It doesn't disobey. The only one that does that is us.
Pretty
like
much. Pretty much.
We're the only one that don't fall in line with the natural order of things, because we have the power to choose whether we're gonna do a thing or not. The earthworm ain't got no damn choice. He ain't building no condominium in New York. He's staying right in the earth because he don't have the capacity to build a condominium in New York. But we do.
He probably wouldn't in Texas be so damn high.
I doubt if he would do it anyway if he could. Right? He'd be like, no,
Fuck
man,
this, I'm going back down here. Fuck
Fuck
y'all. Hey, let me get this thought out, Prophet, please. Let me get this thought out. Okay, so now, just a little recap. We know that in the Bible, Joel is two syllables, Joel. So when you take the J and turn it to Y, like the J in Jew, and turn it into a Y. So take the J in Joel and turn it to a Y as Joel, as in Yo God, Yoel. So it goes to what you just said. We don't condemn the pure L's or the pure Bays. We're talking about the divergent ones, the disagreeables, those ones. And Brother Malachi York's voice, the disagreeable ones. These ones we're talking about. The ones that use the J to hide the truth that you're a you or a Jew or a you, that you're poisonous, and that you're divergent, and that you can't say God's name because you don't have the ampersand. Because in your diversity, you can't say, and I'm wrong. It's your way or no way. You say, well, did you think about this? No. Why not? They don't say, and nothing. They just say cause. You say, well, and cause is not in the alphabet. It's not in the vowels. What are you talking about? We don't want the cause and effect. What comes after and? And this is where the creative reason come in at. Is like, okay, we're not getting nowhere with this. He doesn't have a motivation for what he done. So we have to put him on some medication. So we got Yahoo, mean Yah, you are our salvation. Yah, you are our leader or rock king. So we got that. So we go to Swahili, because Yah, you is Y-A-H-U. So that's ancient Hebrew, Akkadian, Abe, abdomen, ram, alpha and omega, Taurus, horn, fertility, spirit, born, pure. No problem. And then if we want to claim Africa, what else? Because we claim the whole planet. As I said, we're Afro-Asiatic. And we speak over 3.6 million dialects. Over 1+ million languages. So we're subject to say any damn thing, but mean the same thing. So no matter what you say in pure language, meaning Swahili, Hebrew, Mari, or in Mary, you're talking a dead language. Or the language of a dead cult. Or a dead culture. Not to say that the damn language is dead, because obviously, if I say kiss my booty, you'll get a picture of having an osculum infame, meaning kissing the devil's ass. That's what it means. Osculum infame means kissing the devil's ass. So you get a picture of kissing what? Your boyfriend's ass, your girlfriend's ass, your dog, cat, rat, or becoming a famous narcissist. Because that's what a narcissist is. Is a person who is infamous or wants to be famous by making somebody else think that they're the shit when you're not God, nigga. Because it's in your language. It's dead. So now Joel says, in Joel's language, and it's in Swahili, Akkadian, and pure means I'm going to pour my spirit out. And so we have this experience every time we make a video with y'all. Is that not true? Because if that's not true, then I need to hit the switch right now. And Musa, you might want to hang up right now too, because we've been friends for no reason. And all this has just been an illusion, and I'm not here because I must have forgot to kill myself some years ago. I don't know how, but I'm pretty good at certain shit. Last time I checked. With bullets, no, I wouldn't give me a gun, so I had to find other shit to kill myself with. They didn't work. In fact, I even robbed a lot of you niggas for y'all to kill me, and it just didn't work. And you know, and what's funny about this too, because it says I'm pouring out my spirit, because you can get this point too. In fact, it says, let me put it in scripture so you can know that I'm not saying it, and that you all have access to the tree of life. Why? Because it is your inheritance, not a fucking reparation. That's why the reparations in California is a setup to kill your what? Khalifa. You cannot a foreigner lose this moment. You hear that, California? Khalifa, wisdom, phonia, consciousness. You cannot Caliphone or Califor or cannot afford. You see how we got to come down to hell? So we have to take the Khalifa and say you cannot afford from the phonia to leave your holy name, Khalifa, phonia, to thinking that you can afford through reparations to fix what's been born in death. And that's the ability to communicate freely without animosity. So let's just stop right there. So the Bible says what? What does Joel mean in Aramaic? That English, what Abraham's father spoke, Terah, Haran, these people that actually effing lived. Everything is not fake and everything's not an allegory if you know the language of truth and sincerity. Why would we tell you how to turn mud into gold knowing that your heart is defiled? It's still fake gold. Shiny as hell, but it's insincere gold. So the pure molecule of its makeup is ungodly, even though it looks good around your neck. Don't take my word for it. Look at your cell phone and don't be mad you catch a case because you said some dumbass shit on that bitch. So in Aramaic means Yahoo. Alright? That's Aramaic. So what do Aramaic get to do with Swahili? If we didn't leave the west gate of Eden to go through what the Fertile Crescent, what they call Mother Africa, because now we're doing something different in the new land. So this is one dimension called Eden, from paradise into the motherland. From light we went into the darkness. Why? Because this motherland commit black land into the dark land, right? From the light we went to the dark, and we've been in the dark ever since. Why? Because we're still what? Black, dark, African, Kemet, motherland, what? Darkness, black motherland, golf course, black people play golf, holding our head, holding one, monkey, African America, where we pray and hate God, like we did in the Babylon stage, or the baby stage. Because you're a baby lion. Not baby lion as an animal, but a liar. That's why you have the Bible liars. Babylonia and Babylonia. The baby learned how to speak a little better. Thank you, Moors. Because you what you said? You took the white man and put him on two legs, cut his hair off, and said, hey, this is our project. So now he's a new man. And this is your Frankenstein, nigga. And that's a fact. But God said, I will pour my spirit on all flesh, right? What is the original name of that? Let's see what it says, original name. Lord is God. That means Yah is God. Lord in ancient language means Yah, Y-A-H. God is the you, the God in you. Now if you use a vow, V-E-V-O-W, as I vowed to my brother, I vowed to my Afro-Asian brothers and sisters to be honest. I vowed to myself and to everybody else that I practice and live the Ten Commandments. That's my vow. Now I'm going to use the E-L, as in the more silent they say their name is L's and bass. Now I'm going to use my L. I'm going to use my vowel in my God voice. That makes me you. When I use you and me, and I use the you and you, what's that? Another vowel. That's two of us making the same vowel what? Before God. Vow, you. I vow to God with my brother and my sister as a family to who? The God that is in us, who rules over all things. That says what? Do you get the picture? I said, yes, Father, we got the picture. But to my left was my brother. To my right was my sister. Because in the back of me is pain, and in front of me is your glory. So when I spin around on my axis, and I stand on the flat earth as I spin around the sun, and we spin around the sun as an orbit, because I got orbs. I showed you a lot of orbs and things like that. So you have access to this too. Because it says this. This is what I was getting to. I'm sorry.
Amen.
Yes, sir. I will pour out my spirit. Now, where in the Bible it says I will pour out my spirit? Listen to this. I didn't make this up. Acts 22. Acts 2, chapter 2. Luke then quotes our verse. From who? Yahoo. Who's Yahoo? Yah is you. Who's you? I'm the other you. What's that? I'm the W in winning. As in weather or ether. Why? Because I got to speak into the ether is how I talk to God. Why? Because I will pour my spirit out on all people. You racist, dumb motherfucker. So we know who's all going to hell, right? You see how you laugh, Musa?
They wrote a song about it.
And here it go. Now, let's show you that I'm not special, but we are special together. And I've been telling you this all day, and we're going to watch this so we can bring heaven, God, and life back to earth, because the Most High is with us, i.e. Emmanuel, and I am Hosea. I am salvation, but I'm only a tool. I am not the architect. I'm just a tool, nigga. Like your fingernail to scratching your nuts.
Right.
You know what I mean, Musa? Yeah.
The door to the left or the door to the right?
That's it. So don't talk about you gonna kill me, claiming to be the next Messiah. I didn't say that shit. I didn't say that. No, sir. No. Take that bulls out. Leave that to some nigga in Islam and whatever religion. Matter of fact, if you go on YouTube right now and type in Black Jesus, you'll have a field day and enough blood to drink to last you another 10,000 years on another planet. You'll have so much blood to drink and niggas to eat. Where we've been, the relationship we had, you don't even want to think about it no more. You'll be so happy. So everybody just get ready to pack up and leave nigga world. Because I seen it. I came back to tell you I didn't want to be there by myself. And I didn't have to die to get there. Now, y'all can play with it what y'all want. Let me finish reading this though. The scripture. And Joel in Acts 22, the last days, God, what did he say? In the last days, God did what? Says, is God a liar? We'll find out today. I will pour out my spirit on all people. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? Let's talk to the babies. A little Jimmy and Jason and Jesse. Now, I'm going to whoop your ass if you stick your finger in that birthday cake. Alright? Now, y'all can conjure up all the fuck y'all want, you little badass bastards. But let me come back and let me find out one little touch of my cake been touched, and all of you get your ass whooped. And I'll get a birthday cake to somebody else. That's simple. So now we at the birthday party, right? I'm going to pour out my spirit on all the people, right? Welcome to the party! I don't see nobody dancing. Fuck it, I dance by my damn self. So, your sons and your daughters, listeners, is going to prophecy, nigga. And niggas. So you have no excuse for not being a prophet. So everybody is a prophet now. Ain't no, well, who you think you is? I'm a prophet. Yes, you is. You crackhead, you're a prophet. You rapist, you're a prophet. I'm a Frank Lucas in the spirit. I'm giving you the best coke, nigga. I got the best drug on the planet, nigga. There's nowhere that you can get this type of spirit and wine, nigga. I raise my drug. And, man, look, check this out. You ain't had to have a drug like mine, thus says the Lord. And it's free. I'm going to sprinkle you. Since y'all like fairy dust, I'm going to use some holy dust. Since in God you trust. I'm going to use some real money top. Some real fly paper. Since you want to look fly and dress fly, let's see what your wings are built like. Since you don't wear shit on your sleeves, I'm going to put my spirit out on all people. White, black, green, orange, fat, skinny, we don't give a fuck. And your sons and daughters, you're to prophesy. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will have dreams. You horny old bastard. So while you dreaming of genie and 1,000 whores in Mecca, remember, you got to drip, because you like to drip. Remember, hey, back to that monkey for the bling. They call that drip, don't they, Musa? Yeah, so since you monkeys want to grab that big giant bubble of drip called bling, don't get mad if your jeans get busted upside the head. Because that's what's about to happen, monkey bunch.
Little hand stuck in that coconut.
Yeah, your coconut. Your coconut kid.
Shiny, shiny.
Yeah, look at it. And it fulfills all your dreams, right? So that's prophecy. Now let's see in the Bible, pour out my spirit. Who says that? What scripture talk about the overflow of the Spirit? What scripture? Romans. Overflow with the hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. This is what it said. What does it do? May the God of hope, right, fill you. Not half, not a little too much, but fill you. You should be joy. You should be at peace. You shouldn't have no enemies. And you should be trustworthy. Those three things right now. Trust, peace, joy. If you ain't got that, you go back to the old drawing board.
Love for each other.
Love don't get there yet.
If you don't love your kind, you don't love yourself.
And because it's like this. Because you get to have joy, peace, and you have some trust in yourself to know who him or she is, so you have to overflow with the hope. No, we ain't talking about no nigga. We're talking about the power of the outpouring of Joel. That's all. And this is somebody's interpretation in Romans of what this is said. Somebody rewrote the prophet's words, but since everybody liked that New Testament shit, we figured the typology and the logic that they use Holy Spirit and not just say the outpouring of the Spirit. So we're going to skip that so we don't cause no confusion. I felt that spirit.
We don't want them to be confused. If they want to read that Bible,
yeah,
or study to
yeah.
show yourself for proof. Know that stuff.
Yeah.
And live that stuff. Live it. If you know it, live it.
So
don't be a hypocrite. Don't do it halfway. If you want to read that K or Q Quran, live it.
Pretty much.
Let your life be an image of it.
Yes, sir.
Become the book.
Yes,
Become
sir.
the book. Walking, talking, living the book.
Do that shit.
It's not sufficient just to say, well, the Bible says. Well, what does your life say?
Exactly. Because matter of fact, we're going to read that the Most High is real. Anybody don't believe the Most High is real? Today you're to find out. May 9th, 2023, you're going to see, feel that the Most High is real. And this should be an enthusiasm for your day, or the next somebody, or if somebody owe you something, you can say, you know what, I'm cool. So we did Joel, and we went to Acts. Joel reads, it's not a whole Bible, we're just reading a few little something, that's it. I will pour out my spirit, and it shall come to pass afterward, that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. My sons and your daughters, I read that, right? Okay, until the Spirit is poured out upon us from on high, not Jesus, and the wilderness, captivity, becomes fruitful, pomegranate field, seeds, right? And the fruitful fields is deemed a forest. So that means we have to come together and unite. There is no divergency there. And I will not hide my face. And I'm sitting here talking to you with full boldness. I've seen his face and I know what it looks like. Anymore from them. When I, not Jesus, Omar, you, or nothing, pour out my spirit upon the house of those who wrestle with the Most High Yah. Meaning, is the Son God, nigga? Declares the Most High Yah. What do Yah mean? The Lord means Yah. God can be El or Allah. Yah, arm, leg, arm, head. That is in us. Which is what? You and I. And we both have an what? An I-Y-E, E-Y-E for each other. So we can see eye to eye. And that makes us what? A double U. That's two U's put together called a W. And if you put it up on top of a boat, it looks like a sail. And we can catch the Holy Spirit or the wind up Schitt's Creek. We don't need a paddle. That's why we don't have to work that hard. But they pierced your brain or they pierced your eye. That's why you had to illuminate the eye. So we got Joel. Isaiah says what? Isaiah. What did he say? Isaiah 32:15. 32:15. I'm gonna read it because I know it's small. You know they mess with my channel. Now, Isaiah says this: until the Spirit is poured upon us from on high, and waters becomes a fruitful field, and the fruitful field is deemed a frost, then who? Justice will dwell in the wilderness. Is not the black man and the black woman in the wilderness? Yes or no, Musa? What is it? Is there not wood in the wilderness? Have we not found our home in Homewood or in the wilderness? Musa? And when I'm in Homewood, allegorically, I always told the elders and people, drink some pomegranate juice. And they get all divergent. We don't eat that shit. Shut the fuck up, weirdo. That's your language. It says, but the Spirit is poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness becomes a fruitful, and the fruit field is deemed a forest, because there's wood in the forest, there's trees, and I got to get that paper, right, and build a house, and the fruitful field is deemed a forest. Seeds. Gonna plant seeds. They have a forest, right? But then justice will dwell in the wilderness. So what makes the wilderness? The forest. What makes the forest? Fruit. What makes the fruit any value? The Spirit. How do you get the Spirit? Well, it got to come from on high, right? Jesus can't do it because he died. He's too damn low. In fact, Jesus is under your feet. Do you understand that, saints? Now, the righteousness abide in the fruitful field. Oh, shit. Where does it go? The righteousness abide in the fruitful field. Okay, let's go back. This, upon us on high, while we're in the wilderness. What we do, we become seeds to build what? A fruitful field, pomegranates. It has blood, antioxidants from this poisonous way of life. And then after we do that, clean ourselves up, we get together and we become what? A fruitful field now. Now in this field, now is deemed from on high a forest. So now, while we're in the forest, the field is ripe, it's good for the pickings. We're going through, we need many workers. A lot of you are chosen, a lot of you are called. Period. Now, what we'll get for our hard work is we're going to get justice. And we're going to dwell, meaning live in peace, in this wilderness, comma. And we're going to have some righteousness abiding in our fruits of our labor and as we live in our field amongst this great grand called the forest. A.E. I like my camouflage. I like to hunt. And the result of righteousness, comma, quietness and trust forever. That's a good deal for me. And here's the rest of the part. To 19. My people, this is why I'm at peace and joy, abide with righteousness in a peaceful habitation, in secure dwellings, and in a quiet resting places. And it will hail when the forest falls down, comma, and the city will be utterly laid low. So you see what happens to the city? So all cities on the planet is no more. That's how we know. Who's next? Next prophet. This is the words of the prophet that Jesus didn't tell you about. But since I'm Hosea, that means salvation, I am the speaker, the mouthpiece. I'm the tool. I'm the trumpet. I'm the one that they're talking about that's going to be used to tell you this shit. And I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing better to do. I've been reciting rap songs and shit all my life. So you see what they did? In Yiddish, it says to be foolish. So in Yiddish, to be a Jew, you're foolish. See, Yahoo is God, but in Yiddish, determined foolish. How we know? Etymology of modern Hebrew. No. Who created modern Hebrew? This could be funny as hell, y'all. Eliezer ben Yehuda. This is your modern Hebrew father. Now, he's the one that got the Magna, whatever the shit, David Star that y'all worship, and got you worshiping a Jew Jesus. The father of modern Hebrew is Eliezer ben, the father of Judah, the Jew Judah, the Y-E-H Uda, not the Y-A-H Uda, but the Y-A. Copy the sound. And he's from what? The Russian Empire, man. What I tell you about Prometheus stealing the fire from God? This is what he did on earth. He stole the fire. And he put it what? In Jesus, the beginning of the Word. How? Because the Word became flesh. Through what? Eliezer ben Judah, or who? Yahweh ben Yahweh, the new black Jesus. Or the new black Jesus of what? Sounded TV, J2000, and you know all these other Johnny Appleseed and Pear Seed head niggas. I'm not saying that about them personally. We're just talking about what they posted for the scholarship. And it says your Old Testament Torah and your Talmud and your Kabbalah as well. And it starts in 1858. Orthodox Christianity. and typology, you might want to research that. So now that we've said all that, what is the letter K? There's 12 tribes of Israel, but the 12th one is a K, which is what? Letter L. The L, L, M, N, H, I, J, K, L. Yeah, L. M, L, M, L, 12, M, 13, L, M, N, 14, O, 16, P, 17. What I'm trying to get is there's a number sequence, and you're gonna check this out. It's gonna be wild. I want you to write this down. I did this before. Did you know Abba is DNA? 144 is a DNA code. Watch. K is 11. Spell DNA numerically. Watch. You can find it. See? They're looking for the dot. Watch. But I know what it is already. Let me show you. Spell. How do you spell DNA? Numerically though. 1. 1 to 1. Let's see. Cambridge coaching. See if I'm right. Now what I did is A is 1, B is 2, 2, A is 1. 121 is Abba, Father, Church, Pater, all that. Watch. What is 121? Oh, it's 22. Looking for Abba. Alright. What the hell is that? Oh, okay, here we go. 121. I thought you was there because I'm getting a download. What's happening is I'm getting a download. Angel number 121. Abba. A-B-B-A. Now, this is going somewhere. K equals 11 means the 11 zodiac signs. Alright? What's in the middle is man, the high priest. Man is the high priest. Okay? Of the zodiacs. Up in heaven is man. On earth is man. In the abyss is man. Man is the focal point of all circles of existence. Alright? And in order for man to maintain that atomic nature, he must be in tune with this 121. There's 12 forwards and there's 12 backwards, which is my birthday. Alright? No matter how you spin it. Abba is the root word, and Sabbath, where you sit down in the middle of that 8-pointed star that most of the time about being on your square, no matter what. You cannot be knocked off. And it's called a wheel within a wheel. Time. When time becomes your friend, and you don't think about time in space. And so it says, it is a positive message, y'all, of change, hope. Remember we were talking about Joel, talking about hope, and the need to create Oh shit, look y'all. Eternal internal harmony. It says this. Pay attention if you've been seeing 1221 number sequence on the clock receipts, on billboards, and the angel number message for your guardian to speak. Now we're not talking about magic. We're not talking about magic. We're just talking about Abba. Right? Let's see what we get. What are they saying? What the hell is this? I don't know nothing about this, right? I'm with you. When learning a new language, students also begin with the alphabet and numbers. Okay, so this is not nothing new. We just don't do it by nature to communicate with the Metro Nectar and all things that are supposed to be mystical. We use letters, of course, for the form words, which from sentences that express ideas of varying complexity in a form that people who read this written language can understand. However, numbers designate a different kind of language. Back to what me and Musa was talking about, well, we have to get on the same frequency to see if we're talking about language and numbers, actual pictures, letters, or we're creating our own pictures and comparing them, saying, okay, we agreed that we've seen this before and they look alike, they just came in different colors. But nonetheless, we can appreciate the different colors, but knowing that we know what each other's talking about. So we agree on that. We're finding something to agree with, not to disagree. So that's that harmony that was talked about. So that's doable, because y'all just seen it. Let me get back to the teaching. Well, y'all seen it was in Ezekiel and another prophet. So 4 prophets did it, and in Acts chapter 2, they did it in the upper room. How we know? Let's get out of this. Let's just, because that's today, we got that. Receipts. We got in science. It says the binding of the MCN heli case means what? The sun case, which you said to Musa. At the origin, who was what? The God or the Son of God, life. Through this sun or through this gate or through this sun completes the process called what? DNA replication, was in our melanin, which give us chlorophyll, i.e. green plants, trees, fruit, veggies, health, rejuvenation. We replicate through what? Our seeds, our pomegranate that we plant in a woman or earth or in the darkness of love due to the light of sincerity. You see what I'm saying? So it's doable. It's doable. So now to the practicality of these things, now we have the DNA replication flashcards to these strands and the synthesis, which I have written down that I got from the sun. Literally, I got the template strands, I got the printed strands, I got the synthesis. I have all of them from the sun. Literally, I have it. Start, stop, all of it. But I'm stupid. See, and it goes down to proteins and Proteus in the past video. Remember Dave? Dave, remember when we were doing the Proteus and proteins? Because Proteus is what? Let's go back to Protein to show you what's killing you. Proteome. Proteus is, what is Proteus? What is Proteus? So y'all can see what's going on. Uh-oh. I think I'm getting too deep. They better click. Oh no, I'm doing good. Facebook just said, fuck it. We ain't gonna work. Proteus means infectious. Proteus is the brother of protein. And so Proteus can't get infected by protein, and protein can't die through Proteus. Why? Because they are divergent in nature. They're one and the same. They have the same motivation. They just destroy churches different. They're in the same church praising Jesus, but one get a headache, another one catch a heart attack. We say, oh my God, we got the virus. No, that's Jerry Springer, because your brain is homed in Springfield, watching Jerry Springer spring this shit into your brain called the Enterobacteria K family. Bacilli, or Italy, or Dolce Bagonce, some shit, Dolce Bagdana, Tony Batana, and the epidemiology or the epidemiology of bacteria and proteus infection and proteus. What does proteus do to the body too? When you say I am black and African American, it says like the gram-negative bacteria. Proteus species release what? Because that's why we need that antidote or the antioxidant. Hey, Musa, you want to tell me what antioxidants are for again? And we're going to read Proteus too. So we bring heaven to earth and into our internal organs so we can sing a life of internal harmony. Ain't that what the Spirit said it does, right?
Yeah, the antioxidants kill anything that is living without.
Get them, Prophet.
Without oxygen.
Yes, Father. Teach us.
Without oxygen.
Teach us, Father.
Those are the things that live inside of the cell.
Yes, Father.
Inside of all cells, there have little workers. It's like a little city inside the cell.
Yeah, invading the bloodstream.
Cellular. Right.
Hey, do they break down cell walls?
Are released, and it's a whole system. So we're dealing with systems from the cellular level all the way out to where we are in the society. We coexist within systems, and we could equate a system to that of an automobile engine, that of an automobile. The automobile itself is a system which allows the vehicle to propel itself through space and time, or over the highways, put it that way. Still moving through space and time. So, when you have something inside of you whose job it is to convert energy from one form to another, just like when we eat food.
Yeah.
That is a necessary thing before we can get the energy from the foods that we eat. That's called nutrients. But if you have them inside your cell, then they're consuming all the good stuff. They're consuming all the nutrients before anything else can eat. It's like a thief. It is a thief. It's not like a thief. It is a thief of life, giving energy for everything inside of yourself. And they have babies. They reproduce themselves. So that cell eventually die, or they'll grow so much, and then that cell dies, and then they break out into the blood and then into the other cells, and they take over. Next thing you know, oh man, I got breast cancer. Oh man, I got testicular cancer. Oh man, I got AIDS. Oh man, I got HIV. Oh man, I got lung cancer. Oh, I got kidney cancer. I got bladder cancer. I got skin cancer. I got mouth cancer. There's all kinds of cancers. These cancers are caused by free radicals. And the free radicals are those things that turn good things into bad things. In a nutshell, the layman's method, everybody should be able to comprehend that. I try to break it down to where it makes sense.
Yeah.
And hopefully it makes some dollars too.
Okay. I gotta get another download coming. DNA is denatured with the help of proteins. DNA, we went through that. So the chapter 11 replica is the letter K in Kabbalah. So now we understand that when they're using Kabbalah, they're doing some poison with bacteria. They're taking some blood and they're taking it to a demon to make sure that there is a poisoning somehow. I can't pinpoint it because I'm not an entertainer. I don't do magic. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just not. I don't do it. I don't do it. I'm not saying you should or should. I don't do it. I'm cool. So, so that's the letter K. We did Abba. So you say 11. What's the odds of 11 K? Abba 1 2 2 1. Kaba. So what is the number for Kaba? Let's try it. I'm fishing though. Now I got this SIRS and it means System Inventory Response Syndrome. That's something after you get some type of medicine, or if you ate some food that got too much pus, like a bunch of milk. This is where you get sclerosis of the liver, inflammation of the lungs, cigarettes, drugs, alcohol. Me, I have inflammation. Thank the Most High, I use my breath for life and not death. I'm quite sure I'd have been messed up a long time ago. I ain't lying. If I ain't use my words for breath, my breath for breath, other than smoking cigarettes, man, hey, I'm telling you, if you're not using your breath for life and you smoking and talking shit, don't be mad, your heart stop.
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up because, see, here is what a lot of folks, this is where in the ancient Kemetic system, it uses something called MAAT, Ma'at, which means, in order for the body to reach maximum good health, the system has to be balanced. So it's this balance. These are our ancient Kemetic teachers. Science. Before there was a Semitic civilization, before there was an Aramaic civilization, before they were even brought out of the caves to make the Semitic organization or people or race, long before that, we were talking about this. We was talking about this long before Yakub, the big-headed scientist. We was talking about it.
Yeah.
So Yakub just took it to a different level. a genetic experimentation.
Yeah, playing with shit.
Yeah, let's do some genetic experimentation. But genes have memory, so Yakub went deeper. Yakub said, let's do some genetic experimentation, because Yakub had already taken the jackal seed, and mixed it in with the hyena and came up with a hideous monster. He had already done that, but he was perfecting his science of genetic studies and experimentation. He maximized that by using humanoid-like hominids. Humanoid-like. There are real monkey men. I'm telling you, if you could take a chimpanzee, take the male chimpanzee sperm and insert it into a woman's womb. If she conceives, she gonna have a monkey. Come out with a hairy creature, and he gonna kind of look like Bigfoot, but he's not gonna be quite as big as Bigfoot. But he gonna be part ass monkey, and he gonna behave like monkey too. On the wild, we have them. They're on Earth. You just have to be able to use your faculties to be able to identify it, to be able to see the genetic traits. And if you can't see the genetic traits, you might be laying down with monkey woman or monkey man.
I'm trying to tell you. You hear that baby running down Walmart aisle. Ah! What the fuck? Man,
Yeah.
man, I was in the store one day, man. It was quiet for a minute. Then all of a sudden I heard this screeching sound. Wah! And that motherfucker was long as hell. I instantly knew that was a fucking demon. I said, what the fuck? Oh, that's the demon in the store.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this little ass baby, man. I said, oh my gosh. I'm out of here. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you heard this shit, you be like, yeah, yep, it's official. It's official. If you know what to listen to, if you know what to listen for, you be like, it's official.
Well, see, Shaggy was put down here before we were created. Before man,
Okay.
modern man and woman as we look today, Shaggy was here, a.k.a. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the abominable snowman. They were hunting this thing before we were. So the religion was put down here so that we wouldn't continue to find the answers to the question, how the hell we get here? What are we doing here anyway? So for all the melanated people, Sasquatch and Bigfoot's your friend. He's not your enemy. He's just a big brother strolling through the woods. They're kind of hairy, on the hairy side. But he can communicate with you. And you can communicate with him. That's your friend. Bigfoot is your friend. Because we met Bigfoot. When we was created, Bigfoot was a guardian to us. So that sounds kind of crazy, I know. So if there's a listening audience, then, now you know. If you didn't know that, now you do. You could believe it or not. You don't have to. But Bigfoot's smart enough to evade the cops. See, cops don't catch up with Bigfoot. They've caught a few of them, but Bigfoot's smart enough to stay away from that creature. The supreme predator on the earth, called man.
Wow.
Bigfoot been here. Bigfoot was here before we were. Bigfoot been here since the dinosaurs was here for the Jurassic period. Bigfoot was here. Doing battle with the giant lizards.
Hey, Musa, I don't feel too good.
Yeah.
If you see what I found out.
Yeah.
Check out this disease real quick. In Black Theology and Racial Empowerment, African American Community Review of Research 40, Section 3, 192, HPS, DOE.org. But this is someone from Alabama University. Let's look what they did with this Hebrew camp shit. Let me see if I can get this off my screen.
Yeah, they coming to kill us all. It doesn't matter you're Hebrew, Aborigine.
Oh, no. What we're saying is this. Christ is positively related to a desire for racial autonomy, but does not enhance racial solidarity. They know this.
Yeah.
Now, it says voting behavior, that's why you get right in the church, or a belief that churches should be involved in politics, period. The study shows that only 30% of residents had a black image of Christ. So they had to find something else. So they had to use the black image of Christ to get them into the church to vote, to keep them under the spell.
Yeah.
Because that's the ballot for our African American community. That was the deal with Farrakhan and Jesse Jackson and the Black Masons. All of them. All elders is a part of this. Before you was born, this is where the first Alpha Zet Masons was born to do this. Alright? How we know? Because I used the Kabbalah for this. 111 is the letter K in Kabbalah. L is 12. Alright? H, 12 more rows. What's H? So we get the whole thing.
Malcolm said, if that God don't look like you better give it back.
H is 8. So I get the wrong number here.
What did Malcolm say? If that
Now,
God don't look like you better give it back.
Now, if I put 8-8, watch. Wonder what's going to happen. Hold up, man. Hold up. Let me stop first. Let me get a screenshot for confirmation of this. We're in a biological warfare as we speak. And I had to find some way. In other words, there has to be a meeting, y'all. No, really. This is no longer an argument now. Nothing is no longer up for debate, because something in my existence is telling me that y'all need to know something. And I'm the speaker, I'm the conduit. Now, I'm not promoting shit. I'm just saying, y'all feel it, I feel it, and here's a code here. Because this right here is Kabbalah without the letter H. That's the numerical number for Kabbalah. So if you do ones and zeros, here, this 2 and that 2 is not in your binary code in the new system that you're in right now. In other words, in your atomic magnetic force field, according to your molecular structure, you're not connected to the Most High. And nothing can do it unless you, 1, or able to sun gaze, or 2, have a keen heart to listen to a person who is a master sun gazer. Not master because he say so, master because that's what he do. And it's not a self-made title, it's his nature. You don't look for horses in the middle of the ocean because it's not natural. So let's just keep it simple. So let's put this number 8. So the sequence for Kabbalah numerically is K is 11, A is 1, B is 2, A is 1, 12 is L, A is 1. Kabbalah. Matter of fact, let's, in spirit, add some stuff to it. Like, okay, no, what? I'm just put a dash like they got. Fuck it. Keep it simple. Don't get all fancy. Yes, Father. Shit.
Well, that's what the courts operate by, too. You know, the courts is based on the cabal.
Right, so here's how they have our life tied up. Okay, it's K. You're credit to see who's ever computer literate. You're going to need to know how to talk binary language, DNA language. This is a different language that we're talking about. Those who have been chosen but are going to eventually fall off. I'm trying to help you to keep them falling off, so you don't lose your head. You don't lose your head, literally, whether it's righteously or unrighteously. So that's A, B. Let me see, A, 11 K dash 1A dash 2B dash. That's what I'm missing. 2B. Oh, they keep pushing the shit up here. Every time I get my dash, this thing keeps coming up on my screen. You Musa. And my phone, this is fucking up. Golly, I might have to end the video, y'all. I got busted. They caught me. They got my computer, y'all. They got me. Ah, shit, they got me, Musa. They wouldn't let me finish they wouldn't let me break the spell. Shit. I gotta get a better device, man. I need a person with an encryption coder, because we're actually breaking the spells right now. The binary code that got everybody connected to their cell phones. That's what I'm doing. We're severing that frequency break, that megahertz. They can't hear it. Only a dog can hear it. You have to be a dog or a beast in your genetic code to actually hear it. You know what I mean? Oh, they got me. Yeah, they got me. They pulled out some shit again. They got nothing to do with nothing. Alright. Facebook. We're gonna come back. We ain't done. I do this every day, all day. This is what we do. Oh, hold on. I think we might have caught a break. Google Playbooks is not responded. I didn't ask for a playbook. Okay, I'll take that. Alright, I'll take that. Or we might not. Hold up. If I can get out of this playbook, then we might be on to something. Shit. Nope. Hold up. Ah. Close app. Because I'm mentally in a rush. Computer. Because then it'll start sounding like jibber jabber. You know what I mean, Musa?
Yeah, it's too long.
Shit! And they know that because they're throwing off the rhythm. This is how you know you're in a spiritual battle, because they know when the pouring comes, it's like a river. It's flowing. Till you put an I'll be damn in the middle.
Yeah, too long. Start going too long, the audience gets sleepy.
Exactly.
They lose their focus and stuff like that. You schedule your sessions to be no longer than 30 minutes.
Well, I'm on the spirit though. I can't. Yeah.
Give it to them piece at a time.
Well, no. You know what they're gonna do? They can go back and get it for free, and make time and get it themselves.
Yeah. Well, you know, as long as they can monetize.
Well, pretty soon we're gonna start monetizing it, because after a while, it's no more free. You know, I paid a heavy price to get this. Oh shit! It came up with a formula, Musa.
Yeah, can't get it to work.
No, it can't do the work. It came up with a formula. Real shit. Hold up. Let me take that equal out. I'll put a dash. Once again. Okay, we get the dash. Now.
Hey, sis.
Hold on. I don't know why, but it gave me a formula, Musa. We need our scientists. What is this? Okay, now. This is not a joke. 111, 911, 12, 1, 6, 11. What's going on here? What is it saying? Okay, what if I add the 8? Kabbalah. Okay, we got that. What's the 8? 8. Big bucks, no wham. Hold up. Shit. I'm hoping the big bucks, no whammy, y'all. So let's go. Oh, I got you. Do it. Hit reset. Ah. Big bucks, no whammies. What we got here? I'll put you back when you started, cocksucker. That's what happened. Okay. Alright. I got something for you then. I know what. I'm going lazy with it, y'all. I gotta go lazy with it. I've been on this thing for almost 6 hours. Back hurt like a motherfucker. I'm about to spark up. Oh, Musa, man, I watched Jabari, bro.
Jabari, you in Pittsburgh?
No, he was outside Netter. I'm just curious. Who's the greatest? Is it who started the Greek paddle? Egypt, or the Greek got it from the Russians, Prometheus? Because history says Greeks wasn't pale skinned, they were light skinned like me, more or less. Not saying anything bad or good, right or wrong, but I'm seeing a lot of Egypt Greek shit, and I'm like, I don't understand how folks are saying certain things, but you got Greek mixed in the original home, or you know what I mean? Like,
No, it was that civilization was founded people who came from that little landmass that we call Africa. That was during what I refer to as the expansion of the African empires. So the first Greek was a breakaway. You hear people talk about Homer, you hear people talk about Hippocrates, um, you hear people talk about Socrates. They're talking about melanated skinned people, dark skinned people, who today the closest we can get to is calling them African. But that's the closest we can do, or the best we can do is melanated skinned man. That's it.
okay, K
Or
A
or
D.
Diop broke it down to Homo, which is weird. I
Okay.
guess this is where homosexual came from. Homo sapien, sapien, Homo sapien, which was, according to the archaeologists, that was the first man, the first bones. They call them Homo sapiens. And there were 6 derivatives. There were 6 variations. One of them went completely extinct. He was the real monkey man. He was the real monkey man. His brain was kind of small, and he just couldn't get it. So he didn't have the instincts to survive. So the next one was to that was the Homo sapien. That's the one that learned how to hunt and learn how to gather and learn how to work cooperatively to form a collective to survive on the land. Homo sapien. Homo sapien. But that's just the language used in archaeology and anthropology. That's the language they use. They just study skulls and bones and shit like that. But there were 6 variations, and one of them was what we call Neanderthal, and that's the ones that came out of there that was really mixed in with Bigfoot. Big, and they strange looking creatures. They look more like ogres than anything else. They big, but they're slow mentally. They're slow mentally. I think they're probably mixed in with the real wild creature up there. That's the version of the Bigfoot. He's white. He's I think they call him they don't call him Sasquatch. You got red Sasquatch. You got some of them got red hair. Some of them got brown hair, dark brown hair, almost black. And some of them got white hair. And that's where them blonde folks with that white hair, maybe that's where they got it from. I'm just saying, maybe they got it from that real mean snow creature that eats humans. Not a problem. They eat humans, but they like the cold weather. They like the cold weather. Dark-skinned people hate the fucking cold weather. As you can tell, we're just not genetically built to live up there in Alaska and shit, and at the North Pole.
Right.
South, we're not genetically built to live in those environments. We can survive in them, but it's a challenge because we're children of the sun. So when we was put on this planet, we was put right smack flat on the equator. temperature never got below 80 degrees, no matter what. Never got below 80 degrees, no matter what. That's where us dark-skinned folks from, the blue-black folks was from. We was put right on the equator, right on the sun belt. That's why they call us children of the sun. We like that warm weather. We get that vitamin D from that sun. Dark-skinned people get vitamin D from the sun. It don't burn us up. Don't give us cancer. It kill the hell out of them Europeans, though. Give them skin cancer all day long. That's why they scared of climate change. Climate change, global warming. They're petrified because they're about ready to get burned the fuck up. Literally. That's why they want to keep on making babies with us. Gotta get some melanin. Gotta get some melanin.
Right.
So, it's called white genetic survival. Gotta get the melanin. Gotta get the melanin. Gotta get it. You want to have a place on Earth, you gotta get it.
Oh, we're still recording. I didn't know. I thought, wow, I didn't know this delay. This delay is horrible.
Gotta get the melanin. Gotta get the melanin.
Wow, this delay is horrible.
Mariah Carey, that basketball player. There's a basketball player that's real bad. If they want rhythm, if they want soul, they gotta get the melanin. They gotta get into the black hole. To get the black straw. They don't get that. They don't have a future.
Hey, Bruce, I can ask you something?
Yeah.
What's the odds of us finding out who's the real commander of chiefs for the United States?
It's out there in the 2011 Moto Proprio. It's out there. The real commander-in-chief of the United States are the ones who control the currency. They're the ones who own this corporation called the United States Corporation.
Yeah, of England.
They're not bankers.
Nope.
They own England too. Yeah, they own the king, King Charles. They own him. That's their fucking puppet. You don't see these people. You rarely, if ever, hear their name. But if you ever heard the name Bilderberg, if you ever heard the name Rothschild, if you ever heard the name Bowers, Myers, Chase, then now you're talking about the people who actually control the wealth of this nation through the currency. Everybody's hooked on the crack called a dollar or the access card. But those are the people who actually run the show. Who run the show. They decide. The president, contrary to most of our beliefs, we don't elect the president. The president is selected by these families you never hear of. You might hear of Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jay-Z, Floyd Mayweather, some of the richest people. I say, oh, these are billionaires. And they have billions of dollars. But there is something that's bigger than a billionaire. There's something called a trillionaire. And there's a number that's bigger than a trillionaire. It's got 100 zeros behind a 1. And these people are the ones who created that numbering system. So every time you Google something, there's an amount of wealth that's got 100 zeros behind a 1. And guess what it's called? It's called a Google. And there's a number higher than that. And those people control, they're the ones who produce this wealth. They run that numbering system. They labeled it. So all the wealthy people you can think about ain't shit compared to where the real wealth is. And the real wealth is the people that control the ink, the paper, the machines to print dollars, to print yuans, to print rubles, to print rupee, to print rands, to print pounds. Those are the motherfuckers in charge of nations. And you never hear about it. When they hold meeting,
right.
65,000 feet up in the air, they got their own fucking satellites. But
the spirit is leaving.
We're using technology that they own.
Yeah. If I may interrupt real quick, the spirit is leaving. So to give this any substance, we can finish this conversation. I would love to, but I have to play this prophecy that something I said through the spirit, about zoology and typology. And we've been trying to tell people that, look, the information is free for everybody to use. But don't use it and start charging people as if it's yours. You know what I mean? And I'm watching people on Facebook, YouTube and Facebook, I'm literally looking at them use shit, claiming shit they know that ain't theirs. And I'll give you a prime example. Dr. Umar, right? Umar Johnson. Very smart man. Hard worker, no doubt. And he's earned whatever he's earned. That is for certain. But I was the first one, through the spirit, made the Lewis connection between Louis Farrakhan and Louis Jackson, a.k.a. Jesse Jackson. And I was the one that made the connection that between them, they got their orders from Mandela. Mandela got his orders from Desmond Tutu. Desmond Tutu got his orders having sex with boys with the Dalai Lama, which got confirmed recently when the Dalai Lama let that little boy suck his tongue. And how we know Farrakhan got a little fruit cake in his ass. How he can how he can mix our people with all these goddamn cracker religions. If that ain't a sign of fuck shit, I don't know what is. So that's just a prime example. So it's not nothing personal. We're just saying is this: give credit due where it's due. Don't sit here talking about you the Prince of Pan-African and you this and I'm the god of Metu Neter and all that. No goddamn well you've been using somebody else's shit. It's called plagiarism.
Yeah, we all do that.
No, we all don't either.
Yeah, we do. Ain't nothing original.
My shit's original. All mine is original. In fact, there's this company called BASF. I used to be a DJ back in the day. I used to love making mixtapes. And I listened to everybody's original music, original flow, how they use their words. And I always told myself, I ain't them. So I've always made myself to be different, look for something different. So that's not something that I do. Have I experienced it? Yes. That would be a lie to say I didn't. But I don't do that no more. I don't plagiarize. What I do is, BASF, they said this. Memorex was one of the hottest products in the market when tape cassettes was out. And if you had a Memorex with the gold label, oh, you was definitely DJing. Let you have a black Memorex with the gold label, and then have that clear Sony tape, and then that gold gray TDK tape with a 90 minutes. What? We was breakdancing all day in the playground. But they said, we don't make the music, we don't make the tape, we don't even make the shit on the tape. We just make it better. I said, how'd you do that? He said, remarket it. Same shit, just told you how to buy it different. I said, you the bad motherfucker. You bad motherfucker. So as I got older, I seen 3-6 Mafia do it. I said, what I got to do with anything? They said, well, our record company's called Hypnotized Minds. 3-6 Mafia, 666. And they're hypnotized, and how they hypnotize minds, they write 10 songs. 6 years later, they'll write another 10 songs. For the rest of their career, they'll mix them motherfuckers. They won't write another song for the people, rightfully so. It's a hustle. But they'll keep mixing it. But before you know it, when you look at if you're a fan and you look at your stack of CDs, if you had CDs, you find out you done bought that record 10 times. When iPods came out and I found out I had over 200 songs damn near the same thing by these people, I was mad as hell. So I said, no, I can't do that. I can't live like that. I don't want to be duped like that. But this right here, I have to finish up or I'm going to get my ass whooped by the spirits. I will. So Zoologic meets typology. It's not that long, 6 years ago, to confirm why we made this video. Brother Musa, we appreciate your presence and your ear and your time. Oh man, it was awesome because you chimed in, your experience, your strength, your hope, your wisdom. It was, oh man, I'm so happy. I could ask for more. And you didn't ask, hey, make sure you give me a cup of coffee. I mean, which I would do anyway, but I thank you for sharing your time with us. It's awesome. We pray and we thank you so much. Glory be to the Most High that He touched you to call in, that we'll be able to have this experience. And so I was glad to the other people who've been watching to hear his voice. And you want to get in contact with him, let me know who you are in my inbox. I'll ask for his permission. And I'm going to heavily screen you because you're not going to put stains on my character. I don't like bleach all that good, but I'll use it if I got to. I'll call White Daddy in a minute. Bleach! I got bacteria on my Nikes. I can't win like this. Because Nike mean victory for those who... It's a scholar joke. I'm sorry. Zoology meets typology. I'm going to show you a picture that we took today that chimed in the motivation of the spirit. This is a quick intro. It ain't going to be long. Let me go find this picture for y'all, for the video, for the viewing audience.
Yep.
Alright, here we go. We try to get this
I
up.
hope everybody gets a chance to listen to some of the reading of the holy tablets.
Oh yeah, we definitely. I got videos with that. Yeah, I got videos of books teaching teaching that.
You know, a lot of my ideas, a lot of the information comes from that source and other sources. Say hello to Omar. Hello, Omar. Say hi. Say it again. Assalamu alaikum.
Who that? I can't hear you. Who's that?
I said Assalamu alaikum. How you?
Who that?
Queen.
Oh, what's up, Kim folk? What's good with you? Why you like? Hey, you know what? Call me, cause because I fucks with you. You know what I mean? I want to know what's going on with you, cause I do care about. I don't hate you or nothing, fam. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say you hit me up if you're allowed to call me, but I don't want your goons and them jealous ass demons fuck with me over you though. You know what I mean? Hey, what you don't know is what you don't know. We're not here to debate. I just want to say hello. How you about to hear your voice? You know what you know. I know what I know. Can we leave it like that? Is that okay? Okay. We don't want to have no mental power struggle.
Oh, she's up. She's up now. Go back there.
And that's crazy because these triple threes just popped up on the goddamn time. All right, Father.
333 equals 9 ether.
Huh? Hey, Musha, if you don't leave me alone, man. Is this some of your workings, man? Is this your work, man? I think you got something to do with this.
That's the highest.
Especially when you turn your 6 into a 9, you know? Literally.
Yeah. See it?
But tell her I said, she get a chance. She can hit me up. Long as I don't want no bullshit from one of them niggas and nothing like that. It ain't that type of party. I'm telling you, we can folks. She my little shorty, my old buddy, man. And I don't know if she can hear me. She got a little spark of light left. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle some fairy dust on that motherfucker and let her and God do it.
She got a little kitten that she wants. I got a little kitten to give to her.
Oh.
This is my smartphone.
Can't have another kitten, so I'm going to give it to her.
I don't know if it's smart.
I can't have too many
It has
cats
some
around.
stuff in there. It has some intelligence in it. I see it. It's in my hand, and I use it, and it does what I request of it.
Well, I wonder if she know,
But when I go to my
without a sincere heart, all that salami shit, exactly what it sounds like, pork.
we're gonna
Yeah, man. Hey,
How do you deal with a
don't
dog?
hate this salami and
You
bacon.
scholars and imams and pastors and young people coming.
Don't hate this salami and bacon.
How is it that we can hang around people who don't know what they're talking about? Literally. This is about the typology part. The typology in the mind saying, what's up, dog? And so it overtypes or it overruns the real program of nature. Because when I see a man or I see my brother, he's not a dog. Same thing with this thing called black man or black people. My phone is black. And it's an intelligent phone, and it is a cell phone. So once again, in facts, the truth, right now, what you're looking at is a black cell phone, smartphone. That's what it is. Now, if I go to you, my brother, I say you my brother, and I say I love me, and I say I love the truth. If I say you're my dog, or you my nigga, or you my black
Hello?
family,
Hello?
am I not a liar?
He's on the
Am
phone.
I not saying something that I'm really not looking at? Think about that. This is a watch. And you tell somebody, I'm going to go watch. What would be the first thing that come to your mind? You're going to go watch, literally, watch something. So the real name for this would be called a timepiece. Because what it do, it keeps time. It keeps your schedule. It keeps all your things. You see where zoologic meets typology? Back to this nigga thing. in the zoology. So now that we're so happy calling each other blacks and niggas, which there is, you can't see it. Even if you go into the hottest part of Africa, these people are not black. So there goes that out the water. There is no black Africans or black people. Let's go to another example. There's blue ink on white paper. And this is white paper. From a zoologic and typology. If you go to somebody and say, that's a white man, do he look like this? Or are you lying to yourself? Or have you been programmed to accept typologies that kills the truth that is in your soul? And to kill the energy that is in your mind? You might as well do dope. Really. I mean, when you really think about it, that's no different than shooting dope. Because in the mind, it's going to take you to shoot dope. So if your mind is poisoned and you're not even on dope, weed, alcohol, or nothing, and you're still calling people my nigga, black people, white people, you're still on drugs. You're still high up. In fact, you're worse than the addict. Why? Because you're addicted to lying to yourself and then trying to get other people to conform to that, and then give them a book. And see, it's in the book. Black is this. But when you look at it and you read the book, you're like, well, hold up. What I'm saying is not even in the book. Typology. This is the one that really kills our people, and it kills humanity. It's this word called bitch. Remember we were talking about dogs, right? Now a bitch has 4 legs, fangs, fur, tail, pointy ears, floppy ears. She comes spotted. She has at least 4 pups, like children. What else? And she does come in heat. She does let many of the dogs hump on her because that's her nature. That's just what happens in the dog and bitch world. So I'll be on this. This is heavy. So now we get Amber Rose, who messed with this guy who's from my city. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not into promoting bullshit. She wrote a book called How to Be a Bad Bitch. Now, women who say they stand for all women, women who say they stand for the respect of women, women who say they want the respect of men and the respect of their enemies and the respect of the community, they want the respect of the universe. How do you let other women promote zoology and typology on your soul and on your essence, on your creativity, on your queenship? How do you, so you talk about men hating women and men doing women bad, but you your own self support the injustice of telling each other, I'm a bad bitch. Now check out what bad bitches do. They get breast implants, they get booty implants, they make up their whole face with fuck. But check this out. When you look at the bitch's toolbox, it's made of all animal-based products. From the makeup, the hair, the silicone booty, the lipstick, the clothing, everything. Especially a black bitch. Especially a nigga black bitch. Because she got rainbows in her hair. Zoologic. Zoology meets typology. You see that type of ology? You see that type of zoology? And it's become acceptable amongst dogs and bitches. Not amongst men and women, but dogs and bitches. So what's the difference between men and women and males and females? Here's the difference. Males and females are dogs and bitches. Men and women are overrulers of dogs and bitches. See, a man and a woman is not the same species as male and female. Thus, they have the same types of gender when it comes to procreation. So this is only where gender makes it any point. That's why it says when you have sex with a man, woman, when you have sex with a woman, why? Because you are conscious, you are aware of your male and female anatomy. And when the male and the female get together like ones and zeros in the battery code of a computer,
see what happened to two in there?
becomes
For
new
Kabbalah?
life, becomes new word, becomes birth, becomes new existence,
For
becomes
Kabbalah.
new opportunities, becomes new ways to advance on the planet and in the universe and the celestial wisdom. Males and females don't get that. They're pre-programmed. They're already predestined. You feel that? So let's get back to this bitch. This bad bitch syndrome. This bad bitch typology. This bad bitch zoologic. And then we got a lot of bad people who call themselves bitch. As I watch Atlanta Housewives, and I'm looking at all these females, not women. These are not women. These are females that call themselves bitches. Now, when you look at the history of our people, and you say, hold up, T.I., P. Diddy, all these basketball wives and all you football players and all you got money and da-da-da-da, when you didn't have nothing, what were you? You said you wanted to be respected as a man and a woman. But as soon as you get that contract of the devil, soon as you get that contract of the pale skin and the enemy, you flip your own nature and say, I'm a nigga, I'm that nigga. Bitch, I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga, bitch. And you got that song, I'm Not Daddy's Bitch by Trina, you know what I mean? And then you start promoting Satan's gender war, male and female. See, man and woman is not a gender. Let's get that right. Man and woman is not a gender. Male and female is a gender. Man and woman is the overlord, for lack of a better term, is the overseer, the custodian of the male and female gender of all species. Let me repeat that for you in case you didn't get it. The man and the woman, or the custodians of the male and female species on the planet. Whether it's insect, water, fire, elements, whatever the case may be, man has the power and the authority over this gender thing. But you'd rather be a bad bitch or that nigga or that dog. Typology meets zoology. How long do you think we're supposed to accept this? How long do you think the universe is going to accept this? How long do you think the cosmos is going to accept this before you get destroyed? And this is not about color of skin. This is about zoology and typology. So back to this bitch thing. You got all this funny colored hair. You got all these women with all this taking pictures with their booties sticking out. What is that? So-called black woman? And you so-called black men? What is this? Did you come... We're getting on Facebook and all this stuff, taking your clothes off. What is that? You keep asking for justice, but your own self is being unjust to yourself. As an individual, as a family, as a community, as a unity, as a nation. And then you get on TV and you say, I'm the baddest bitch. I'm that bitch. Look at my brand. Look at my clothing line. Look at my Versace. Look at. But then when you look at the clothing that you promoting, it's the same people that you say you hate is sponsoring and making your shit. Zoology. Who was your handler? Who is the bitch's handler? Who is the dog's handler? But Satan himself. Because they don't know that they're a man or a woman. They don't know how to be and have no desire to be. Why? Because you get paid for it. How I can talk this shit? Because I used to be guilty. See, and you can't talk if you ever conquered this shit. This is for anybody and anybody anywhere. Be quiet if you're still doing it. Be quiet if you haven't conquered it. Be quiet if you can't tell nobody how to get out of it. So we're going to tell you how to get out of it. But we have to understand the problem first. Let's address the problem. I like certain rap songs and stuff myself. I don't like the songs, I like the beats. Especially Zaytoven. He got some wonderful sounds and stuff like that. But the people who got on the sounds, I don't care for. Like James, the new Young Thug with James or something like they changed the name to James. Even though I don't like the dude's style, that's his problem, that's between him and the Most High. But the beats is hot. So I understand that. But when we hear the vibration of lies, we have to address it. Like when we hear I'm that nigga, I'm that bitch, and all these things, then we draw accustomed to it. This is where the typology comes in, because now we're living a type of lifestyle in our head that is not real. Don't take my word for it. Go out and try it. I'm getting off a little track here, excuse me. Heavenly Father, forgive me for not praying for the act of permission to speak to the children. I ask that you give us the wisdom and the knowledge to accept these things and to work these things out. And we ask that we would teach one and reach one, and we're going to lift each other up and not tear each other down according to your will. For your will is the best will. By the power of the Holy Spirit I come, to the powers before me and after me, we say thank you. Selah. Sisters, not bitches, not females. We're talking about sisters, our women. Please, if you want the respect in the so-called goddess level that you want, you have to turn your back on the fight against the male and female thing. You have to turn your back on how this man treated you back in the day. You have to turn your back on what men so-called, what the males did to you. Turn towards your so-called fellow females and tell them first that we're not standing for this bitch thing no more. With this icon what a bitch is supposed to be. Because a bitch is a female, not a woman. And so when I see a bitch and a woman in the same room and they're communicating and they get together and make a strong fist and then start to punch a real man, you have to ask yourself, what type of zoology is this? What is this? Same thing for the men. When you got a man and you got dogs trying to build a civilization, what do you think you have? Really, what do you think you're going to get out of having males and men try to build something positive? What do you think you get sex or gender and men trying to build? What do you think you get sex, female, and women trying to build? And these are two different houses. To the left, bang. You get the right, bang. And every time we beating on the doors of life, bang, bang, boom, hitting uppercuts, wonder why we ain't did no damage. Think about it. Oh wait, I gotta sip on some caramel poison called Pepsi or some crap. But yeah, I need to give me some more wine and pizza, son. Good for breakfast normally. But think about it. For you people who was in scripture, didn't the Most High say you can't mix iron and clay? Isn't it the male, the clay, and the man the iron? Isn't the woman, the female, the water, and the woman, the oil that lubricates the machine of life? How do you... Go back to typology. See, typology is where you take the true word or the true meaning of something and you flip it to mean something different and then make it glorious. What do you call that? A liar, a cheat, a thief, a no-do-gooder, wicked, lost, confused, outsane, crazy, diabolical, and the list goes on. Think about it. Don't take my word for it. You got brains just like I do. Think about it. How does a man and a male build anything positive? Can a man and a plant have a child? A male plant or a female plant? No. Where do you think people having sex with animals come from? Think about it. Why would a woman have sex with an animal? Why would a man have sex with an animal? I mean, hell, for that, it's a female. They got a womb, and everybody, so-called black people, are promoting the womb or the what they call it, the yoni. How many things on this planet have a yoni? You think the female woman has the only one that has a yoni? All types of plants and animals and insects have yonis. So while you worshiping this yoni, you bad bitch, you're unnatural, you're sick, you're diseased, and really you're not good for nothing except for being marketed. That's why they put you on TV. Yeah. Same thing with the so-called black man. You think because you have a gender male and it's called a phallus or a penis, and because you can go stick it in any hole, they think that makes you a man. Actually, just makes you more of a beast. Really, it makes you more of a beast because there are male insects or male dogs or male animals, fish, and all that, and they have a penis too. So all this penis pride and punani pride is all zoology and typology. It is a deception, it is a sickness, it is a disease. And what is so sad about this is that people say they're conscious, say they want to go back to Africa, they say they want to all this, but they don't even understand that they're defective. The mind state is defective, the heart's defective, the mind's defective, the soul, the spirit is defective, and you sit around here parading like it's beautiful. As gay Desmond Tutu, who went to go see who messes with the Dalai Lama, Mandela, homosexual. Why, think about it. How is it that homosexuality becomes so important in the churches and in our civilization? If this is not correct between zoology and typology. Matter of fact, here's a prime example of typology. All these years, you so-called black males and black females, dogs and bitches, niggas and niggettes, been fighting for justice, been fighting for equal rights. And then all of a sudden, in less than 10 years, less than 5 years, the homosexual male and the homosexual female superseded you, so-called black man or black woman. They superseded you in law, commerce, building cities, organizations, schools, hospitals, cars, clothing, fashion, TV, technology, science, everything. They superseded you less than 5 years. Tell me if I'm wrong. If black is so beautiful, if being a black woman and black man and all this black, and bitch, nigga, dog, if that was so beautiful and that shit worked so wonderful, how come 5 years the gender had overran the God particle in the man and the woman who is natural to the universe? Tell me that. Ask your leaders, ask anybody who's supposed to be conscious. Young Pharaoh, answer that too. Because I see everybody jock ride because you get all this philosophy stuff, man. Answer that. For the 56 bloods and the science and all these chemicals, because we're the carbon, and because from the pyramids, we took this. Man, shut the fuck up. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing right now. The unnatural is superseding us. Think about that. And y'all ain't mad? You ain't upset? That the very... Ooh, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm so sweat like a dog. The very unnatural of the universe, the very unnatural of the planet, the very unnatural of God, the very unnatural of our ancestors, the very unnatural of everything that exists, superseded you in 5 years and everything. In 5 years. The homosexual movement has prospered. Oh my God. And y'all haven't figured out this shit. You haven't figured out this shit. And you so-called black women with all this fucking makeup and all this beauty shit, and you so-called black men, oh well, I got this thing and I got that, and look at my temple and we got this, and ain't shit moved. And you know, some people say, well, Jose, you sitting here behind the screen, what the fuck is you doing? I'm putting in that. I already put in that work. I already hit the streets. I already hit the schools. I already hit the colleges. We already been pushing this all for the past 15, 20 years. But nobody wanted to gravitate to it. You know why? Because everybody wanted to be black and wanted to be black dogs and bitches. Everybody wanted to be male and female. Everybody wanted to fight over gender. So I sat back and said, you know what? We're just going to ride the truth.
That part.
We put in that work. We research every day, all day. We practice what we preach. Folks know me, they tell you, we ain't budging on this. We ain't moving on this. You can kill me all you want to. I already got the tea. I already got the damages. I already got the damages to put this in here. I got those scars already putting this work in. That comes with the job. That ain't nothing to be played a pat on the back and all that. That comes with the job. That comes with being a trailblazer. That comes with going first, so when somebody else comes behind you, you don't have to do it so hard, but perfect it. I'm telling you this day, as the Most High lives, if you don't understand what it means to be a man and a woman, and not focus on your gender, male and female, you will lose, you will die, you will go to prison, they will make laws, and if you curse one of them LGBT homosexual folks, you're going to prison, and they're going to hang your ass. You know why? Because they did something that your coward asses wouldn't do. Accept what they are. They came something from what they knew what they are. And they accepted the truth, but they rejected. They rejected the Most High, they rejected nature, and they telling you, look, we reject it. But you so-called black people and black folks, y'all don't want to admit, I reject the Most High. You don't want to admit, I reject the man in me. You don't want to admit, I reject the woman in me. You want to admit, I reject the culture. You don't want to admit that I sold out for a contract. And to be honest, this Conway yesterday, look, I sold my life for a crappy record deal. He told you. Jay-Z, he told you. Beyonce, they told you. All the artists, a lot of them pretty much told you, we sold out. I don't know why you keep trying to use me and put me on a pedestal, nigga. I sold out. Look at my wrist. I'm not thinking about you. I'm riding my mother. Look at Polite even told you. But the polite, see my tongue, fella. Polite even told you, yo, I'm doing me. I never had the shit of the devil. I'm enjoying the devil right now. I'll get back to the holy stuff later. Little did he know, when he decided to take the devil's toys, he can't come back. Not because I said so, but the universe said it. And he'll be just like Eddie Law. He'll get sick with AIDS and having all the sex from women because somebody's going to poison one of his wives, and that's how they get into you. And to you men, know this. If your woman is weak, the devil and your enemies is going to get you to your woman. This is how every kingdom fails. This is how every king falls. This is how every movement falls. This is how we fall. We let the enemy attack our women, and then our women bring that poison to us. That's why I believe in the Genesis in the Bible, because it says Satan came to the woman and that infected Adam, or Atom, A-T-O-M. That affected the man. Where these brothers stand up for your God particle.
Right?
And scrutinize the words of the woman. Go over what she's saying. Go over her wisdom. Investigate her wisdom. Just don't take it because, oh, that's a woman. Oh, that's because that's my mother. Oh, that's because she bore my children. Oh, because, oh, that's the mother goddess. Get the fuck out of here, man. You try to kill all of us with that weak shit? And you women, stop letting these bitches, the zoologic, infiltrate and take over your beautiful, your goddess particle. Y'all got the power, and it seems like you just traded in for makeup and for attention and emotion. What is it about this emotional shit that keep destroying us? And then when you ain't emotional no more, oh man, I was just, smoke another sack. That's cool. And go back to sleep. It don't work like that, man. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Typology meets zoology. Zoology meets typology. Where'd that song go? I ain't got no type. I get it. Come on, man. You ain't got no type? You have to have a type. That's why they have the word typology. And this is why we're accepting this dog and bitch world, this gender thing. And I just want to say to you guys that this is a war this is a gender war. This is how Satan destroys humanity through gender. And if I argue with you how big my woman's booty is, because I'm single, I ain't got no woman, but I'm just saying, that's a distraction from being in my God particle. Sisters, if you worried about how big some man's penis is and how big his wallet is, you degrade yourself from being a woman to being an animal. And us men are going to treat you like an animal. For example, and this is for anybody, and any man will do this, and any woman will treat you this way too. If you're a pimp, we're going to treat you like a pimp. If you're a rocket scientist, we're going to treat you like a rocket scientist. If you're an auto mechanic, we're going to treat you like an auto mechanic. If you're a lawyer, we're going to treat you like a lawyer. If you act like a gorilla, we're going to treat you like an animal. And we're going to tranquilize your ass and put you in a cage. If you act like a bitch, because I breed dogs, and I had a lot of bitches. Mean bitches, but there were some good bitches too, though. Brought me a lot of money. Don't get mad if we treat you like a bitch. If we talk to you like a bitch. A bitch is not a woman. A bitch is a female species. Get this right, brothers and sisters. A bitch and a dog is a species, and there is no human respect for that. There is a human concern. There is a human responsibility for a dog and a bitch. Why? Because we are the custodians over male and females on this planet. Remember I said that. So, to all you folks who are promoting being a dog, a bitch, and a nigga, and a niggette, we're going to treat you like that. We're going to talk to you like that. Okay? So don't get offended. Don't get your guns. Don't start getting on the phone talking about, oh, this nigga, these people, they disrespectful. No. You chose to be be part of the gender and not part of the God particle. All right? You chose to be a servant and not the one being served. Okay? So when you say you're a dog, and that's a bitch, that's my nigga and that's my niggette, and I'm black man or black woman, that means you're okay with being a servant. And we're going to treat you like a servant, and you're going to get the rewards of a servant. All right? I'm just letting you know off top because it's coming. That wave is coming. Your brain has been retyped, reprogrammed to think like an animal, and so you're running wild. You're running like a computer program with no destination. And so you become zoologic, and you run around in circles like the Ouroboros who's eating its own tail. Right? You're the Ouroboros. You're living Ouroboros who's eating his own tail. Chasing his own tail like a dog. Same old circle, same old cycle. Never changing, never ending, perpetual. And it's beautiful. It's what they call the hamster on the wheel effect. Yeah. Every generation, y'all replenish this shit. Every generation, y'all fix it. And it becomes a particle, an atom. So this new atom, this new particle, this new wavelength that you call dogs, bitches, niggas, coons, hip-hop, rap, music, and all that, y'all perpetuate it, and y'all happy with it. It's called Pandora's Box, and y'all listen to Pandora's Box. And for those who don't know, Pandora is a Greek word for taker of gifts. Okay? So when you put yourself in the box, you allow the Greek gods to take your gifts and market your shit. This is true history, true facts. Research it for yourself. So I don't want to take up no more time with y'all stuff. We say God bless. Allah bless. See my tongue. May the Most High keep y'all safe. Research what I'm saying. Matter of fact, every single word I just shared with you, look it up. And like we always say, if it don't make sense,
there's no.
Type it, let me know. Email me, Google me, call me, send me a letter, send it by way of niggas or bitches. I don't care how you do it. If it makes sense, tell somebody, share it, practice it, live it. But if it don't make sense, I will never make another video.
Well, and with that, we thank you for hanging out with us. Get this information in. My job is done. I'm off the clock. May the Most High keep yourself, Father. May you be blessed. May they practice these things. May they research for their own souls. May you be glorified and uplifted. May we take this and we go to and from our destinations. By the power of the Spirit I come. To the prophet before me, I'm going to say thank you. Selah. And nobody told you they love you guys. I love you guys, man. So we wanted to put the zoologic that we showed in the pictures, the zoologic, or the, what you call it? Let me see if I can stop this real quick. See where this still go. We still go. Let me show you these pictures real quick so we're on the same page of why I had to make this video for you. I care about y'all, man. You know, if there's something I could do to keep y'all from suffering, man, unnecessarily, then that's what I'm here for. And I don't mind. Alright, let me show you the photo. Zoologic. And so this is the end game. Here we go. more prophecy fulfilled, man. I am your kinfolk, Hosea Omar. You know what I mean? Thank you for staying tuned in. Test the spirit by the spirit. Use your spiritual discernment. Because what you say, what you don't say, another person will. So it's okay to tell the truth. If this don't make sense, let me know. I won't make another video. If you didn't see it being led by the energy, I won't make another video. And it's 413, 144. And I'm really done with this video. 144. I'm out. Love you, Papa.